Okay, I'm
They've
live.
been about it for 2 hours.
Oh, you sent the stream? I can hear it through your screen, by the way, so there's an echo. Alright, so I'm going to mute myself. Alright, guys, welcome to my stream. I have Twitter open because I actually got involved in some very big drama. Another vid's going to come out soon. But all I want to show you is, here's who it is. You know who this is, right? Yeah, this dude. Got into a battle with this dude.
Is the Cuban American vote, obviously a huge Cuban population in Florida. In 2016, Trump won, projected between 50 and 54% of the Cuban vote. This year, initial estimates suggest it's going to be more like 60%. And so if that's true, Trump is going to win Florida without really having to try.
Yeah.
But again, we need some actual data to start coming in because we're just basing this on polls right now.
Yeah, and so if President Trump wins Florida, if he loses it, many people are saying it could be a nail in the coffin. If he wins tonight, what are other states are starting to look to see what the rest of this path to victory looks like?
So I just went on a little walk, had some fun. Went by a polling place, actually. My city's polling place, I'm pretty sure. At least part of my city's polling place, one of the places. So I'm going to... War, is my mic glitching out right now?
No.
Pretty good. Mic's...
How it is.
It is?
It is.
Right now?
Yeah.
Give me... So my mic's been having issues, guys, so I gotta actually, fix it. I should be good now, War.
I hope.
It's just... There's literally nothing I can do about it right now. Unless I got a new mic.
Well, if there's nothing you can do about it, I'm going to mute the entire stream if it actually starts.
It's just randomly bugging out.
So if it starts bugging out, you're getting muted for the rest of the stream unless you guarantee that.
It's 2.5 years old. I'm actually about to get a new headset.
Are
and
you
even if I don't, I'm gonna probably order it. I think I'll just order another type of the same type, or I could do a Turtle Beach one if I want, because that's the one my brother took from me.
Turtle Beach
without my permission.
So
there's another.
Bad.
It's actually just as good as this is. So, but I'll probably get another HyperX, and my brother's gonna pay for it too. So
I would get a Corsair if I were you, honestly.
I don't like mics that you can hear background sound.
What do you mean? Oh, you like canceling out all background sound?
Yeah, because
I get little background sound except for what I'm called for, so I don't worry about. Are you watching?
Yeah, but I've been muted right now. I'm also just gonna be on Twitter, meanwhile, providing some content for my viewers.
Here we go. We're starting.
Mute.
But we are tuning out now. We appreciate all of you for tuning in here, joining us in our pregame coverage. But now I'm excited to pass it over to Jeremy, Ben, Michael, and Andrew on our election show. I'm Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, everybody, for
Republicans
tuning in.
are still at work.
Mail-in is definitely more democratic.
Mm-hmm. Do you see that photo I sent, by the way, of the polling place?
Ooh, is this Ben? No, it's Jeremy.
I was on Ben's stream.
Oh, Ben is here.
Jeremy. Oh, you're ahead of me then. Never mind, I'm not live. Fuck, I was a little behind.
Oh, it's all of them. Okay.
Yeah, they gotta get the whole crew for this shit. Michael! Michael's good, man. I don't know the other guys other than Michael and Ben.
Well, here we are, the day the Mayans warned us about. Election night 2020, it's the Super Bowl, the World Series, and the whatever the heck soccer calls it, all rolled into one. Will Donald Trump pull off another upset? Did the media do enough to get an old man in his basement elected to the highest office in the world? Do any of us have any idea whatsoever what's going to happen? No, I'm serious, guys. Does anybody know what's going to happen?
Nope. Not me.
Yes. Really? No. Unbelievable, this guy. So there it is, the kind of profound and prescient political analysis people have come to expect from us. My
also,
God,
Aramus should be coming around soon.
The first polls close in just under 1 hour, and no matter what happens, I think what couldn't be more clear is that the establishment media and social media have utterly failed in their basic responsibilities. We're going to devote some of the many hours.
All right.
Together.
So sorry for hearing background noise. If my mic gets glitchy, it's going to be glitchy for a bit.
The first thing you can do,
if
you're watching this right now on one of those channels, YouTube, Facebook, well, click on over to thedailywire.com and watch the exact same show, us, over there. We've made some terrific enhancements to improve your viewing experience on our website tonight and to create a truly one-stop election HQ where you can get all the information you need to know exactly what's happening as we go. And we're making the entire broadcast free for everyone, not just for our dailywire.com members. That said, we will be taking questions from our members throughout the night, and we'd love for you to get your questions in. So members will also have access to our live discussion feature throughout the show. Don't be afraid to become a member today. Use the promo code ELECTION. You'll get 25% off. Tonight's show is going to be bigger and better than anything we've ever staged before at the Daily Wire. We're going to have killer guests all night, from Candace Owens to Megyn Kelly, Stephen Crowder, Dave Rubin, Glenn Beck, more. But we've also set up a war room to bring you the most up-to-date numbers, analysis, and social reactions throughout Armageddon, which is what we're facing tonight. To tell you how all that is going to work, I'm going to kick it over to the brilliant Elisha Krause. Yes, I said the brilliant Elisha Krause because my attorneys credibly informed me I can no longer call her lovely without getting her to first sign a waiver. Elisha, tell us how the war room is going to work.
I hope I look pretty lovely tonight, and I know that I have other lovely people here with me, and we're going to be bringing you hard-hitting, brand-new news information and data all throughout the night, including what people on social media are saying with a very familiar face to the Daily Wire audience, Cassie Dillon.
Hi, so I'll be
Keem
on
is
Twitter
literally
all
saying the
night
truth
long,
here.
watching the reactions,
Right
maybe
here.
some meltdowns later. We'll see what happens. But I will be watching what you guys are saying. So if you want to get involved, tweet at us at Real Daily Wire, and I'll be here keeping you updated.
So it's election night, and next, the other thing that we have happening in the war room is we're going to go to Daily Wire's editor-in-chief, John Bickley. John, explain what's going on in this actual physical war room that's behind you.
Gorgeously asked. Thank you very much. We've got the war room behind us. This is where we're crunching the numbers, getting the most recent data, all the updates on the election, feeding it out to you guys through live feed and on the website. So we're trying to just keep you up to date. You can stay with us the whole night. Don't have to worry about your missing something.
So I actually opened the Daily Wire website on your second monitor.
Is on the ball. So that's what we're doing in there.
So let's take a walk over here and see what we need to be looking for.
Yep.
So let's show, this is another continuation of our war room. We have the data entry happening over here. And like you said, it's going to be cohesive. So people are watching the stream, hopefully on dailywire.com, and then also checking out the homepage.
If you just go to dailywire.com, it'll
The only problem I have with that is I'm using my second monitor for Discord.
Right, so we have this interactive map here.
You don't really need it for Discord.
So
where's their
we've
website?
Got this map here that it's laying out the scene.
Oh.
You know, we thought about the best way. How do you explain to people what are we looking for tonight? We should start with 2016.
It gives a bunch of good
Oh,
information.
This is how Trump won it.
I did
and
daily
shocked
dot
everyone.
wire.
He totaled over 300 electoral votes. How did he do it? He won 10 of 12 battleground states. No one
dailywire.com.
Yeah, I know I'm there, but what do you want me to
And
do?
no one's actually predicting
Just
he
scroll
will
down
do
a
that
bit.
this year. He doesn't need to do it this year.
Oh, it's showing.
He needs to get over 270.
Oh, I see what you mean.
To do that, we've looked at
Electoral
map.
map.
Polling in the last
Get it
week
on
has
the
been
stream,
major
but it's going to
movements
be a
actually in
bit
the polls.
delayed.
We'll highlight later.
Here we
He
go.
needs to win
After
7 of the 12
listening to the
battleground
stream,
states.
they have
So the
about
7 to
20
watch
people
out of the
updating
12
this
are
constantly.
Florida, Texas,
soon as
both
it's
Alright, I'll
started.
put this on my second monitor.
Georgia,
Yeah.
North Carolina, Ohio, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. So we're going to especially focus on those. Pennsylvania has become a major focal point for both campaigns. We'll keep you up to date on that and be watching these razor-thin margins for these races.
I'm barely,
you know, it could be a
my
long
second
night, like
monitor
you said,
is
and
like
might be a
split
long
into
couple
3
of
parts.
weeks, but
Oh,
we're gonna
Streamlabs.
keep you up to date on it.
So in
Wire.
this scenario, what
And-
are you paying attention to?
Oh, yeah, OBS.
Right. So
and Discord.
we're comparing results, the early results from 2016, looking at how it's playing out in the different states.
I do a pop
Florida
out.
is the first to watch.
Got it.
Georgia closes next. We're watching those very
No, I'm
carefully.
really only being micro.
Those are super tight. They're within one, the margin of error of 1.
Wow.
In terms of the polling. Same with North Carolina. Texas is getting close to that. Ohio and Pennsylvania, all of them within 2.
Okay.
So it's going to be tight. So we're going to watch them in the order that they close and be updating.
And be updating the audience.
as we
be
So
get
for a
information,
second,
right?
I'm going to show you what my
updating the
second
guys
monitor
on
looks
their
like.
set over there. And of course, I'll still be
Wait,
taking
no, that
subscriber
works.
questions,
Here you go, look at it.
member questions, which we love and to
Beautiful,
hear from
ain't
the
it?
audience. So we have a lot happening over here. It's going to be really interesting, hard-hitting news, lots of data, and you guys can just, you know, chat and smoke cigars or something.
Beautiful.
That's essentially all we're good for is chatting and smoking cigars. Guys, looking ahead at the night, we agreed no predictions, which I think is sound. Everybody all day keeps texting me and asking me for predictions. That's what people want, I think, when they talk to us. But my experience with this is the only prediction you can win is if you say Trump is going to win 40 states, and then Trump wins 40 states. If that happens, you are a genius. But it's a high risk gambit. Every other play only makes us look like we're bad at our jobs. So we're not here to tell you what's going to happen. We're here to tell you what's happening and what it means. We're here to talk about the stakes of the night, because I think the stakes are as high as they have been in any election, probably in modern memory. It's funny, everybody says every election is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Part of that, of course, is hyperbole. Part of it is
it just
the
feels
sort of
tense.
bias
That's
of
why.
now. But part of it is because as the government intrudes further and further and further into our lives, the actual stakes do ratchet in one direction. It's very hard to ever get that ratchet to go back. I mean, that's the thing about a ratchet. It doesn't go the other way. So a very important night. We're going to help people contextualize that. Let's start just by talking about the stakes here together. Drew, what are we facing tonight? What does it mean?
Well, I think before we even get to policy, I think you have to talk about culture, because culture is where the future fights are going to be won and lost. And one of the things we have seen is a news media that has wholly corrupted itself. This is the legacy news media, which has just all in for one candidate, to the point of actually blockading reasonable news. After 3.5 years of selling us a Russian collusion story that didn't happen, they actually shut down a Biden corruption story that very much looks like it might well have happened.
Yeah,
It's certainly
exactly.
better sourced than the Russian collusion story.
But Adam Schiff doesn't know. He doesn't have first-hand evidence.
He wasn't there. He wasn't,
He wasn't physically in the room.
And this comes after what to me was the turning point of everything, which was the Tara Reid accusations, where after listening
Shen
to a
Papiro
woman
in the
accuse Brett
corner.
Kavanaugh of something
He's gone
with
now,
no
though.
proof that she had ever met him, we had Tara Reid accuse Joe
Trump
Biden of having done
2024.
something even
Oh,
worse.
whoa, no, no.
And she actually has met him.
That
And in one
that's not a good
case,
idea yet.
full
We can't
court
say that
press
yet.
to
Okay.
destroy Brett
We'll see,
Kavanaugh
we'll see.
went into place across the media, all the way from one side to the other, and well, from the left all the way to the far left. And with the other, it was buried. The case didn't. The story wasn't told for 19
Yeah,
days.
see,
The New York Times
13
buried it in
notifications.
our
I've been
Easter
too
paper.
active.
And so what we're
Way
looking
too
at now
active.
is, do they have the power? As you said in your
What's this
opening,
say?
funnily, but it's also not that funny,
Right.
do
Bruh.
they have the power to take a clearly senile
Florida's
old man
gotta
who's
go
a front
red,
for a radical left party and push him over the top? And I think if we see that stopped, it is going to be very meaningful, because it means that we, the replacement media, have a good shot at replacing this dishonest and corrupt, desiccated legacy media.
Well, funnily, but not that funnily, is going to be the name of my autobiography. Ben, I agree with what Drew just said. I think that the real story tonight, no matter who wins, no matter who is the next president, the most consequential event of the night, or the most consequential story of the night, is the state of the media in the country. What's your read?
No question that that's the case. I think it's the media. I think more broadly, it's the takeover of
Ben
virtually
Shapiro, you
every
mean
cultural
Shen Papiro,
institution
man?
by the left.
Come on.
And I think
Come
that
on, man.
the right has typically fought the culture war by electing Republicans. If the Democrats are able to take back the auspices of government power and use that to foster the culture war as well, then all guns are turned against conservatives, against religious people, against people who just want to be left alone in their daily lives. We've watched the takeover of nearly every institution in America by a radical
chat
left,
here.
very small
Trump.
movement that has made extraordinary gains. And I'm not even just talking about the sort of typical Democratic left. I'm talking
Guys,
about
like, so
the
you
woke
guys are
left
actually talking
that
pretty
seeks to cancel
seriously.
everybody
You guys are just like,
who doesn't fulfill the
Fashi
obligations put
2024.
upon them by Ibram Kendi and Robin
AOC
DiAngelo. I'm
2024.
talking about people who believe that you shouldn't be
Cruz
friends with
2024
anybody
though.
who would even consider voting Republican. You certainly shouldn't employ those people. Those people have now become a moving force in American life to the point where so many Americans are even afraid to speak freely. It's that bad on a cultural level. You get the power of government behind that. You get Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Democrats in the Senate wrecking institutions in pursuit of majoritarian cram down on everybody else, and things could get really, really ugly really, really quickly. And when we talk about the institutions, we are obviously, talking here about the establishment media, which has been worth 8 to 10 points in nearly every election for Democrats in my lifetime. In this election, my guess is they're probably worth 10 to 15 points, given how much they hate Donald Trump and how much rage they've stoked against
War, we're going to
Trump,
be here for a long
particularly
time.
on the COVID issue, where they've just promoted the myth that Donald Trump is almost like a sort of bizarre
I'm probably
blight
going to be
upon the
playing
land, and that if
Warframe
Trump
in
is
the
removed from
background
office,
anyway,
COVID will just
so
go
I don't
away.
know what you
But
want to do
it's not just
anyway.
them.
I mean,
It's
you're
the,
on Twitter.
It's the takeover of corporate America that scares the hell out of me as well. And
I
that
could
includes
just
social media, because
scroll through
corporate,
Twitter.
there was this
That's not really that
conventional
fun,
wisdom
though.
idea that
Well,
Republicans have
then
bought
do
into for a
something
very
else
long
while you
time,
wait. We can
which was
do
that
Among Us while we wait.
sure, everybody gets
You
radical
actually-
in college, sure, everybody goes radical in college, and then you grow up, right? You
Let me
get
check
out,
if they've
get
got a
job,
game.
get
They have a
married,
game
pay
going in
taxes.
Among Us,
Yeah,
buddies,
the old
but-
Winston
Well,
Churchill
I was
kind
going to
of
do
the
public
old,
with you
I mean-
so
old
that we
saw
have
about
clear
Well, no, they
liberals
have
being-
6, so we can
being,
play
you know,
there.
having heart,
I
but
wanna
having no
keep-
brain by the time they're
I
40.
wanna
That
keep
would start
my
to apply.
attention
People
on
would
the
move on.
election.
But instead, what's happened is people got out of college.
I mean, we
and
don't
they
really have to
changed the
wait. We don't have
institutions
to
fit
actually
them.
watch
And
this
so now
until
you
the
have
post.
major
I'd like
corporations
to
saying
hear
that
it.
they
So
will
I-
not do business with you if you are of a particular point of view, openly catering to the other side. You have credit card companies that are rejecting business with particular businesses. You have social
I
media
don't know,
that is
for now I'm
acting
gonna
the
just
same way.
Twitter
They kind of live halfway in that space between media and corporate America. But the social media shutting down the Hunter Biden story, not because they thought it was false, but because they feared it might be true. And so it had to be shut down, because if it were allowed to be put out there, then you might have enough information to make your own choices. This is the battle that we're in. Right now, Trump is at the forefront of that battle. Republicans are at the forefront of that battle, not because
This will be hard.
that's the way we win the culture
It's a
war,
Joe
but because
Biden defense
if
state.
we
This is a
continue
good
to lose the
question.
culture war and we lose the political war as
Sarf,
well, there will
I
be
guess
nothing
this
left
is kind
other
of what
than
we
a
can
complete
do while we
separation of the
wait.
American public, which is what we're
So
watching
I am
right
going
now.
to mute them.
It does seem like
What are
for
your
the first time in my
opinions
lifetime,
on social media freedom of speech, and the company?
So, most social media companies are private companies.
Yes.
So technically, by definition, they have the right to censor people, but obviously I don't think they can censor politicians. I don't think they can, actually. I'm not sure about. I've learned. It's a great Aramus says I'm not read on this at all, but I'm just using what I know. And obviously, if you say I tried looking up the N word on Twitter, it doesn't exist.
I think privacy
that.
companies should be completely in control, maybe with the exception of unless they
and if they're retarded, then just drop them.
Yeah, here's the thing: unless they're explicitly or they explicitly say it inside of their policies, then they should not be able to censor specific politicians due to their opinions.
Oh, no.
Unless, it's legit a blacklisted thing for other reasons. Now, the issue with that is that it would be unpredictable, and people could lie, or people could, misinterpret things
I hear
like
that
everyone already does.
I hear what you.
Yeah, so I'd almost argue the other point. I'm kind of middling in this case, despite the fact that, obviously, I don't think it should be censored. It can be easily corrupted on both sides.
I'm gonna play Among Us, by the way, so if you want.
Mm-hmm. So, the logic there in that case is that, someone that says something.
Alright, so tell me when your game's up. Okay, he's deafened. Is it my mic? My mic having issues, War?
No, I was just deafened.
Okay,
I may have to leave a few times throughout the call.
Are people calling you, or is it home stuff?
Home stuff.
Okay. Your parents watching the election? Because remember after the 2016 one, you were telling me your parents were watching it all
I
night.
am not sure. I know. I mean, my father's going out to friends. I don't know what they're doing there, but I was just told I have to.
You have to what?
I just have to make sure nothing's happening, or that no one wakes up or anything.
Oof. What's the code?
Well, this is I'll host, I guess. I'm back on the issue. So, I guess we can leave an open game for the stream.
Problem is, Twitter can get away with stuff like what they've done, where they censored the Hunter Biden story. Like they.
Yeah.
And they even went to the point of
like,
where.
Obviously, that's very wrong. Also, the code is MXC.
What's the second half?
The code MXC.
Yeah.
It
MXC.
Is RHF.
Alright. I've been muted for a sec. Alright, so also the Mars just came out.
So you're muted. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but
so
with
Mars is,
PC chat about the game, just keep it to a minimum. Talk text and actual voice chat. Regarding the thing about social media, like I've got to win, and you haven't, don't I?
Trying to get a good photo of Mars. Sorry, Mars was visible through my window. I wanted to get a photo of it.
Okay, did you hear?
Yep. So we're talking something about game chat?
Yeah. Just say in game chat. But, so regarding the thing with social media, I mean, if you, you need like an entire house just for figuring stuff like that out, because it could be easily misinterpreted. Obviously intentionally or unintentionally, probably usually intentionally. On both sides, that is, and both sides already do it. So, obviously, good examples being Fox and CNN with what president, or, you know, either candidate says sometimes.
Is that what they were talking about, just there?
Well, no, I have them muted right now. But,
I mean, but yeah, they were talking about news media.
Honestly, that is why I would say they should be able to censor anything they want, because otherwise they could get in lawsuits and such for stupid reasons like that, and you know, get sued for stupid reasons, and so it would be the government moderating it.
I mean, isn't BBC paid for by the government? It's like a news organization in their country or whatever. England.
I am understanding.
Britain. Well, it's a public broadcasting network, so yes, I'm pretty sure. Although I think even if you're a private broadcasting network, you can still be accountable for defamation.
I set for reset. So is the beta the norm now? I'm unsure.
No, I'm pretty sure not. But a lot of people are using it now. And it's been updated more.
Yeah, but on mobile, beta is the new norm.
Oh. So, yeah, I can't believe we ever went without, like, our skins being visible during meetings.
What? Is
you know,
that
like
really
you
bad?
See your hat?
Is that bad to you?
No, but...
I'm gonna 5 since we're on Mira. But, I guess you could do court cases, but it's still so much bias applied into that, like, really, you could probably settle it in court disputes. That would definitely be the best case, but still.
Anything else that relates to that?
I probably think it would be a waste. I just think people should be more careful with what they read. I haven't really done an insane amount of research. It's a pretty simple issue with a lot of different answers, I guess.
I'm sure Aramus would have a way better answer.
Well, he'd have a way different answer, I'll tell you that. I forgot if I left anonymous voting on.
I'm pretty sure that guy who DC'd was an imposter. I know because the game would end.
Keck W.
Playing with 4 though, that's kind of ass on Mirror, even on Mirror. Boy, you saw the timing of that.
I was waiting, it was 4, and I know I can win in this case.
The other person.
I was just gonna. I hit a body in medbay. And then
Everyone
I
DC'd. Good to know.
I then did over timing it with the meeting, and then I just walked over, and I knew you wouldn't go to medbay. It's why I like checking stuff whenever a meeting is called.
Wait, it's
what
the
else
same
would-
guy. Oh no, he probably just delayed his.
I mean, I definitely think court cases would be a better option, to be honest, over. And having no censorship without, you know, without it being in the privacy.
Twitter
Or
itself
just-
isn't a news organization technically, although they promote so much. Like what they did just recently is after. So you know how that Joe Biden, this really huge Joe Biden trend, like.
Like,
although
I
it got
feel like
seized-
if they were to, obviously, they say they're non-biased, they should be able to be held accountable for that.
So yeah, but you
And
know that.
law.
You know that how that there was like that Joe Biden thing that went trending on Twitter. That huge, although it got seized, most people who were tweeting it were pro Joe Biden, but it was like an anti-Biden. Basically, after Twitter shut down their site after that. This is a coincidental thing. Some people are actually theorizing it was because they wanted to censor. Don't start. But basically, they got rid of the trending tab and the what's happening tab, and they only did it so it would be confirmed things that they fact checked until the election ends. And we already know that Twitter is very anti-Trump because like their own staff said that they hate Trump. Like,
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean.
yeah, but it doesn't mean they have a bias.
Oh,
Like,
of course.
They have a thing where they can
Obviously-
fact check
obviously
tweets.
The organization as a whole is, but there's like just, for example, Proud Boys. Are they homophobic? Hello. Anyways, continuing. I guess we're kind of
burns through the cavernous deeps.
Which are you using, Aramus? We're using the Daily Wire.
I'm just using MSNBC, dude.
Which are you using, Aramus?
Reliable source.
Get on Daily Wire and open their website as well because it has a live tracking.
It's still not changed though, obviously, because nothing's happened. 37 minutes, by the way.
We
So,
have
Art,
early votes in from Indiana.
So did you vote, Art? I actually walked right by a polling place like 30 minutes ago.
I have not heard of the early votes from Indiana.
Early votes of Indiana
What?
has Trump 62 to Biden, the
What the
opposition. Which is
That's
perfectly
like-
expected.
Yeah,
Indiana-
it's Indiana.
I actually was doing a lot
Still.
of research. Do you think Trump could get Minnesota, maybe?
No.
Yeah, I was-
Minnesota, yes. Minnesota,
really?
yes. Wisconsin, no.
Isn't that a Biden state? Wait, Wisconsin? You're shocking
Every
me with most
state-
of those.
Every fucking state is a Biden state.
I think
I live
honestly
in a
the
Biden
chances
state.
of Biden winning, I think it's honestly like a 60-40 split at this point in terms of favoring. I don't really.
I
think
still
it's
think
that
Trump's gonna win.
No, I'm talking overall percentages.
So I
not
just
like-
want to remind my
live
stream viewers,
tracker.
in the summer, I was thinking Biden would win 100%.
I don't know why people think if it's a 60-40
Well, I
and
changed my
Trump
mind.
will win 100%. It's
There are
true.
9 Senate seats that are toss-ups here.
Mhm.
That could definitely swing things.
Don't turn up
Yeah.
Speed War. Don't do it.
I'm not.
Just say no.
44 toss-up seats in the House.
Where we have Among Us. Well,
We're right now we're just playing Among Us, and we're just like we're just playing
we're
on the
doing
lobby.
clear
If you
right
want,
now,
I
so
could
we
get us in a game though. I could get us in a game. One of the Discords I
No,
actually-
because I like to hear the actual commentary.
True.
Aramus, I'd like to ask this because I haven't done much research into it, and neither has Sard. What are your opinions on social media censorship?
Social media censorship in what lens?
In terms of politics, and if they say
Politics.
if they claim that they do not censor such things.
More
I
make
say the current
I
Twitter.
say you should be allowed to censor
the
it,
game
but then
war,
you
start the
don't
game.
have. But then you don't have any of the legal protections that being a quote-unquote platform offers. You just become a publisher at that point.
I
A
agree.
publisher that crowdsources. I mean, that's fine, but like, don't pretend to be objective
Yeah.
when you're not, I suppose. Pull the
Alright,
MSNBC.
by the way, your literal god comment just gave me a new video.
Oh god.
I'm also still
I
working
was
on
going,
that
I
Among Us
was
vid, but I haven't been
going to
working on
make
it.
that. For fuck's sakes.
What?
Going to make that.
Unless you want to, you can do it. If
Such
you
a cringe meme, but like
want. No,
I
it's
have
somewhat hilarious. I might as well do that this
No.
round too. Oh, you're a crewmate. Name every task.
no.
Oh, you're a Discord mod. Name
Pick up
every
my
girl
former-
you've groomed.
Okay, I have not done. I need to ask about this, Aramus. I am because I trust you. I've done like little to no research into Amy Coney Barrett. What is up with her, and what are her exact views, if you know?
Her exact views: she's basically a mirror of Antonin Scalia, or well, Clarence Thomas, closer to Clarence Thomas, which is good because Clarence Thomas is my favorite justice, living justice anyway. And Antonin Scalia was my favorite when he was alive.
Art, you gonna join us?
You want me to?
We're playing Among Us just for memes while we're waiting for the
Public
polls to come
lobby
in.
moment.
Yeah,
Public lobbies are so terrible. They're funny because they're so bad.
I mean, I don't think they're better than private lobbies, like someone from the scale was saying. But
people legitimately think you're meant to not vote on 6, and I'm like, what?
On 6?
People are
skip on 6, guys.
No, skip. Oh, did someone actually say that?
I disagree with skip on 7, depending on the evidence.
If you have evidence who it is, yes, go for it. But if you don't have evidence, don't vote out someone random.
Evidence doesn't mean proof, keep in mind.
Yep. Did I tell you about a game I was in where literally a person, how I say this? So basically, I was accused, right? But there was not enough evidence, and then they wanted to skip, right? And then this one
10-0 lab should be up soon.
It was a tie versus.
How? Yeah, I heard. When did you pop that in? I saw like a few hours on it.
I don't remember.
I need to put it in them on this one.
I'm assuming you know about the Arcwing launcher and the K-Drive launcher, what they do.
Of course.
They're so.
I just don't do any free roam.
Bruh, you have to do Heart of Dymos free roam. It's insane how much input you can get from there. Each mission on average gets you like 2,000 endo, and they take what 20 minutes.
It's pretty absurd.
We have how much do we have?
That's if you do tier 4 or 5. I take tier 4 because tier 5 just fucks you up immediately. You've got to make sure you have an actually competent squad. Because 5 is like level 60.
I did some stuff in Lord Valis actually.
I was just finishing the quest line for the parent sequence now. I'll start at 9 because people are gonna leave otherwise. Actually, the game's gonna end due to inactivity, so I have to do this.
The battle begins in 30 minutes.
Warcries! Me and War are impossible together. That's what it is. On 8 as well. You just want to go on a killing spree? Some shit.
I mean, people are dumbasses, so I.
No, we'll just stick together. And.
Our mellow moment.
I'm gonna do wires.
So JC needs to go first. You're gonna do wires.
I have it.
I
don't
just
fake
pressed
tasks.
immediately. Saw green. Just say saw green kill. Okay.
Green killed. Fuck, we're done for War. Remove the keybind or some shit. Because I don't even kill with my...
No, you can't remove the keybind. That was a stupid kill, but you know, you've got to pin it somehow. So I'm gonna vote green in this case and see what happens. You're gonna want to vote green.
I saw green kill, so...
You're gonna vote out otherwise.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's why I hate the Q key.
Now they know it's me too. That's
like that. It wasn't even me being dumb, I guess.
GG, I lose. For fuck's sakes. Let's call a reactor and just fucking play around.
Just kill in front of everyone, man.
I have kill command.
So you can salvage this if you kill JC right now. Kill JC.
I have 14 seconds.
Kill JC, vent up to reactor. Actually, I can tell you where you want to go.
I'm gonna kill him, even if people are around.
Kill JC, vent up to reactor, and I'll tell you if both people leave reactor. No.
I already killed JC.
Okay, 2 people are in reactor. If you stay in the vent there, you'll be able... Okay, 1 person's leaving. Best time to kill would be now, but you're on cooldown. Oh, he's doing a long task. Did you go AFK on it? Do they know?
White.
They say white. Go with white. Just ask why and then get their answer, then say.
Why? I'm gonna. Green's already voted. I saw him. This is hilarious how retarded this lobby is. Orange is down with black. Purple hasn't voted yet. Shit. White lying. There you go. Third imposter definition right here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm not gonna vote yet though, because I don't want to look
These
like
are public lobbies.
Me. What? What is this retardation?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna vote white. There you go.
Was together. Uses was instead of were.
Oh, it's purple next.
I still can't.
Okay.
Aramus, I still can't get over the fact that Sarfnic has worse spelling than you, despite the fact that you're literally dyslexic.
Okay, so they literally just said purple next, so
Alright,
I have a win.
How did you type gem with a J?
That was just retarded. That was just.
He's just referencing the Mockingbird, dude.
Yeah, man, definitely, Bird.
Let's call it.
What are your opinions on Hunger Games series?
Solid.
Yeah. I don't think it's S tier, but I think it's a high A tier. That's the books, not the movies. The movies are probably a low A.
So I'm discarding this one more, and I win basically.
Yeah.
Because I have my kills.
Someone's going up to reactor if you want to go kill them, and they're the
Doesn't matter.
reactor.
I can discard this.
Doesn't matter. No, it's
'Cause I have
faster.
kill.
Oh wait, never mind.
It's
They
safer.
realize. Go up to the hallway, and nearby you can get a kill.
No, because they need to come here to win the game. Here you go.
Yeah, I know, but if you go in the hallway, there you go.
I can't believe
That
I
was the
actually won that. That was the most. They were so retarded that game. That was funny.
War room. They're going to the war room. I don't know why they call it the war room, but hey.
Because civil war is gonna happen after this election. 6. This is one imposter then.
6 is cancer usually for imposters, but people leave. Ooh, apparently not. People are also retarded, so I'd argue it's an imposter advantage.
Wait, we have a low amount of tasks.
Okay, so I know you're innocent. Wait, fake that. No.
Well, okay.
It wasn't you.
Yeah.
I'm not below you, so you know it's not me.
So white stayed. White
stayed.
Is,
it couldn't be white.
White
so
and red is safe. There you go.
Brown or blue.
It's between brown or blue. You don't have to vote this round, actually, but we could.
It's brown. I was doing wires. You can.
Where?
See.
Where were the wires? When I finished, I saw the report button. This sounds like it could be true, but it's because you might have been doing it, and you might just been framed.
A bit far. The range is too far.
I was in cafe, and the orange reported.
Fuck. Honestly, I kind of believe brown. I'm going blue and then just voting at brown.
You can confirm me here, or as well as you can. So, are we going with blue or brown?
Blue.
Okay, I'm going blue. We might tie it. Arj, join our game.
No.
Okay. So Brown thinks it's a self-report, so they're accusing me here.
So they're both
That's
retarded.
sus. I think they're both dumb. White's just been silent mostly.
Yeah.
He cleared us out, so we're probably not gonna get kicked.
Oh, okay. Brown lied to get you out, or to get that dude to vote.
White didn't vote. Okay, so now we know who it is.
Ooh,
Fix
24
lights
minutes.
and call emergency.
They can't even get a kill in this time. Can you stay at emergency?
No, I was going I already.
I'm not late. Stay at emergency. Stupid decision.
We all went.
I'm gonna.
We all went.
Spam report. Here.
He's not gonna have time to call another
Waiting.
emergency anyways.
Bye, Brown. Bye, Brown.
Literally has to be him. Unless White just did some master venting here.
He could have vented from launch, but that he would have to be very skilled. Like, that does not happen in a public lobby.
Yeah. Vote me, I guess. He voted himself. That's an imposter move. He's glizzy.
We might want to switch to Skeld. Aramus, what are you doing at the moment? Aramus.
AFK.
Apparently my Steam's disconnected. Oh, Aramus is playing Armello. What a Chad. Oh, never mind. No, he's not.
How much time do we have left? 22 minutes.
I'm gonna wait till 9.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, 9? Oh, I thought you were talking about 9 o'clock. It's like, fuck y'all for voting me out. Keck. Stream just DC'd, guys. Don't know what happened there.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Start. We can play with 8. Wait, no, someone DC'd. Or not DC'd. Seed. Wait, what?
3,
Start.
2, 1.
There's another Warcries skin here.
Oh, we've got a Warcries.
Looks like your skin.
I see them.
Cyan. Wait, what? Boy, you have visual tasks on. You have visual tasks on.
I'm intentional because it's a public.
Oh, I can confirm.
Document around. I like speed ran that task. I'm not sure if you saw the taskbar go up, but I speed ran that admin task.
Red was chasing. Warcries, you were chasing? Is this true?
I was at the top. How did I chase him?
People can vouch.
Also, you saw me do a task. You saw me speed run admin. I'm not sure if you saw the taskbar go up at the end there.
I wasn't, because I was pretty sure you were just looking at the map, because you always do that. Anyhow, we're down to 6 now because DC. I was going in lab and found body. There was no body. Liar. War, he's lying. Black's lying.
You want to tell everyone? Wait, lab? Surf. What do you mean? How were you at lab?
No, Black just said he found a body in lab, but the emergency meeting was called. So, he's either lying to trick people.
Oh wait, yeah, I didn't realize. I thought he called it.
Or no, because Brown called. They have a similar name though, because but.
Yeah.
Red then me. So he says.
I'm not trusting.
I did report. He didn't.
I'm going brown, then black.
There's 2, which is important to remember.
Yeah, they only need 1 kill. GG.
Who went after you? Brown and Cyan.
I was imp.
So.
What's the meeting cooldown? I forget what I set it to. 14 seconds.
I know you.
I guess I'll do a more spicy one. Oh, never mind. I'll vent over, I guess. Speedrun. I was gonna do O2, it's spicy.
You might not do it still.
Are you kidding? Unless he does it, which he shouldn't be.
Oh. So yeah, Gliz did lie. Magnificent.
He almost did sabotage us by calling the meeting early, but all of you went over for some reason. Someone should always stay at the button, and usually the public lobby noobs don't do it, so you should. Aramus is AFK right now, by the way.
Told y'all.
Apparently Among Us is gonna get player accounts soon.
Good or bad, would you say? Good because hackers, but might be a little bit difficult, but I think it's fine.
Well, no, I like being able to friend people and stuff and join their game. Enabled, that is.
It's still 0-0, by the way. Last update 6 minutes ago, though. Maybe because there's certain things there.
Let me see. Is anyone gonna do it? No one's gonna do it.
The hacker's gonna kill? You saw my second channel video with like the hackers killing everyone. I actually, did you see that video I sent where someone hacked but they killed their own imposter teammate? Like they literally killed their own teammate. Like, is that even possible in the code?
Okay. No.
Bad luck.
Now, what are you gonna do up there? Kill?
What? No, I'm gonna turn off the reactor.
Yeah,
that's a crewmate thing.
It's a crewmate thing, man.
So why are you always imp, basically?
I got imp in those last 2 rounds.
I played yesterday and I didn't get imp for like 2 hours.
I actually don't get imp very often.
Recently I've been getting it a lot less ever since I switched to beta. But since I got it with you earlier, that was...
Fuck is what kind of orgy is going on up there?
War? How did you get down here so fast?
What do you mean? I was down here the entire time. I was
stalling. Oh my
god!
They're distracted. Come on.
You're going up.
Someone else up here. Wait, what? Someone vented up here.
What? Dude, was it White? Is White up there?
Yes.
But he walked up. Are you dumb? Sorry, he literally. I saw him walk into the room.
I didn't see him walk. But... Also, if you're imposter just lying to me, that would be retarded because you're using voice chat. Take advantage.
I mean, we shouldn't be using voice chat in the first place. But
we're doing it because we don't give a shit and we're playing public. No mistakes for public.
Okay. Huh.
Alright. So, here's the thing, Warcries.
There's a mobile player.
I saw a white vent.
Where?
Saw a white vent in locker room.
I was going to say Glizzy, but no. Apparently not.
There's only one imposter.
White vent in locker room?
Yep.
So what do you mean locker room?
The one outside of DCAM.
Locker room?
Yes.
Decon. Oh, that room. Let me think. Where did he? What did he vent out or vent in?
Vent in. No, like he vented out. Like I saw him hop in the vent. I was watching him. And I see him go up to the vent. I'm like, that's super suspicious. Oh, he just admitted, confessed. Why do you go black? Yeah, it's me. Make it end.
At least he's I'm not a complete retard about any of that.
Rage quit. How much time do we have?
15 minutes.
We're cutting it close, yeah.
Not really.
Hey, their thing is off though. He's doing a ring ad right now.
Aramus, are you here again? No, he's still AFK on Steam. If he's AFK or online on Discord, it doesn't matter. For some reason, his Discord's just odd, but
Literal
Steam's
God
always
has work
correct.
to do. Did you have school today, by the way?
That? Yeah.
Keck. America. America election day. School's off. At least where I live, like my region, though. So like other schools, not even in my city, have the day off as well. Breaking stories. CDC says people under quarantine with COVID-19 can still vote. We have Mr. Beast. He's in our game. Let's do a little Twitter check. See my notification count? Ooh, 14. But did you see the amount of hate that Tobuscus got for?
What did Tobuscus do?
He basically said, "I support Trump."
Yeah,
oh, and he was accused of sexual assault by Keemstar, I think.
Was that? Did he actually?
I didn't research it, but it's not valid to the fact that he likes Trump, in my opinion. Ooh, we got 3 coming. So basically, yeah, he said, "I support Orange Man," and people actually ratioed him, which pisses me off. So there's like this ratio meme where basically a response to a tweet gets more likes than the actual tweet. And knowing the Minecraft...
Sexual Toby also on April F made several, including that he had cheated on his former partners, that he was drugged on, raped her in February 2013, writing a blog of fun.
Look at the stack we're forming.
Titled Me Too Lee. He was advised not to when Tumblr was what happened. Nothing wrong occurred. Yeah, so there's no actual, no proper evidence of it. There was allegations, but no evidence.
There's 8 people in this stack. Start the game more. Oh, no work! Get back in! Ah, screenshot. There we go. I got it. Everybody get in here. That's
2 more games.
Yeah, I played 2.
Sorry, I hope you're not retarded. Why are you retarded? Unless you're imp. I don't know why you don't watch people. I don't know why you don't watch people do tasks. Sorry, if you walk away.
I don't know.
I was doing a really obvious task.
I just didn't notice you doing gas.
You saw me doing gas. So how did...
Well, guess what? I was an imposter. There's your clue.
Well, I didn't think you were. I just thought you were retarded because you did that normally without being imposting. That's was a really quick report. If he doesn't blame anybody, it's probably him.
Waiter. But it wasn't white. Or was it? I actually don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna check some tweets a bit. I'm muting myself. Twitter, 1 notification. Despacito gone wrong. Do you see Donald Trump's new ads, bro? They're so fly, dude. Look at this shit. Just witnessing some girl raging because one dude said, "Fact check yourself, bitch." A conservative dude. We said check your facts next time you vote. But you can't vote. She's 16, bro. But all these 11-year-olds I've been taking on TikTok, dude. Like, it's actually hilarious, man. All these 11-year-olds. Ooh, 93K views on the stream, the Daily Wire. They have 8 minutes. We have 8 minutes, so you might even just want to do one game and stop.
This game might last fairly long. I think I'm gonna vote black here, but I don't think it is really him.
It wasn't him, it was pink.
But I still think
if you're imposter war, you can tell me if you're imposter.
Yeah, I still think he deserves. I still think he deserves it because he's retarded. That's an imp win here if they're intelligent. Oh, well, yeah, they are intelligent, I think. So it's pink. Pink is one of them, I'm assuming.
Should I confirm if that's true or not?
No, I wouldn't. I can't. Out of everyone, they're definitely most sus.
Wait, who are you sus of for?
I doubt it's. By most of the pink, I doubt it's gray, but it still could be.
He's right about pink.
Because they confirmed so many people.
Well,
And,
now hopefully
Warcries
heads down.
Unless it was a really good bend kill. Yeah, he just confirmed his innocence to me. So it's not brown. Well, if it's not brown, it's not me.
Pink just left. He was imposter, by the way. So good job on your detectiving. You just DC'd.
And the other one is probably yellow.
Pink did that kill, by the way, just so you know. Brown is confirmed. War is confirmed. It's between these two. Can't afford to eject one and have to eject the other later. I'm worried, boys. This election is scary. Both sides are saying they're scared. I'm prepared for a Biden win. I've already prepped myself for a Biden win. But I've also prepped myself for but I'm also hoping, and I'm kind of...
yeah, I kind of thought Pink did the kills since they left. They knew we caught him.
Hate when they do that. Face your punishment of ejection.
If I press Q accidentally, I'll leave. Unless I did it, like, in front of no one.
Are you... What? Oh.
I hope they add key bindings in the new update. Blue? Oh my god, the task bar just went up 3 times. I think blue legitimately did the task up there. Well, here I can verify.
I did as a ghost, but that's a feature I can't comment on.
Blue's safe. Yeah, blue's safe, so it has to be yellow. Blue's safe, so it's yellow. Bye, yellow.
Alright. Hopefully you went wrong, though.
What?
Wait. Who's voted? Blue hasn't voted yet. What about brown? Someone else skip. Okay.
Yeah, instantly, I literally guessed both of them immediately. I said it's probably yellow and pink in the beginning. I'm not sure if you remember.
I did remember you saying it's probably pink. It's just like yellow. And
I said yellow was more
sus.
sus.
Black though.
And then I said yellow was more sus than.
Wait, why did you try to punish black if you reported immediately? Like that's good that you reported immediately.
No, it's because he didn't give anything. He didn't say a thing.
So he's just a retarded lobby.
If you're gonna be retarded, I don't care if we're gonna lose because of it. I'm voting you out.
Yeah, true, because you're not going to help anyone out. You can be negatively helping people.
Yeah, I know. I don't care if we're going to lose because of it. You deserve to get voted out even if we're going to lose.
But they tied. You see, blue's retarded. You know who it is, though, so just...
So I just need to
big.
stick with
I'm
blue,
just gonna do my
or I
task.
just need to stick with brown, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, stick with brown so they can't kill brown.
Yep.
They literally said, can I get 1 kill, please?
Yeah, and he still skipped. Probably because they wanted to get the kill, actually.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but still. Can you kill? Can you kill? Please kill?
He's gonna kill someone.
I'm staying back. I'm the only intelligent one here.
I like Brown's just taunting him. I did this when I was in the scale group one day. We knew who the imposter was, and they just killed it. He killed.
There we go.
Blue reports, so Blue knows who it is. Unless Blue just says, I'm gonna give you the win. It was... Totally gonna convince you, or... The ghost chat is memeing... Oh my god. Took too much screenshots, but... The ghost chat is just memeing about that. Even the ghost chat is laughing their ass off.
It's obviously blue, I said, and then voted yellow.
You should have seen the ghost chat after that. Alright, we're done, right? We're... Yes? I'm done, at least. I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah.
It hasn't been updated yet, the site, but whatever.
It's cold when it's damp.
And that may be best case, but the turnout has been really, really good for Republicans.
Aramus.
Republicans are turning out down there. And, you know, the way these races in Florida go is, you know, Democrats have those three really strong counties in southern Florida, and smart candidates on the Republican side don't ignore them. You go down there and you try to reduce the margin. And I think the president's done that in Miami-Dade County. And I think he's going to win the state, and I think that'll be a big reason why.
Well, obviously, he does need to win the state of Florida in order to retain the presidency. If it goes the other way, it'll be an early night. So you're talking about the timing and how fast the votes are tabulated. So if we're watching tonight, what time do you think the votes are going to be all in to the point where you're going to start seeing people call the state?
So what'll happen is once the polls close, you'll get the initial dump of the early and absentee ballots, and then you'll start to get the precincts reporting with election day votes. So that's just the process that will take, you know, a couple hours. So I think best case scenario, you're looking at between 9 and 10, but I definitely think we're going to be able to make the call no later than that 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock hour.
Oh, dang, do you also hear war? Schlack got
unverified
unverified on Twitter.
For the president. Does
why?
He win a typical Florida victory, you know, 80,000 votes?
Probably because he posted about the N-word pass a few days ago.
And strength that he'll have today with in-person voting.
I mean, that probably
you know, does he win by 250,000?
I don't know why.
And I think both are possible.
Twitter's
Obviously, if it's the
hell.
latter, we're going to be able to determine that, you know, closer to 9 p.m. than 11 p.m.
Governor, do Floridians count Donald Trump as one of their own? Obviously, he lives in the state a great deal of the time. Mar-a-Lago, such a beautiful location there in Palm Beach. How do Floridians perceive Donald Trump?
I think that they do see a connection with Florida. And,
my grandparents live in Florida.
Obviously,
my
you
cousins
do have Mar-a-Lago. He goes down
like
here
Trump.
in the winter and has been doing that for a long time. He's also been very smart
35
in to Florida.
seconds.
Now, part of it's because I call him and bug him to do certain things.
Yeah, they're very
borderline,
borderline, though. I wonder what's going to happen with Nebraska, though.
We're a big fishing, boating state. Our Everglades restoration, some of the military bases that he's helped save. One of them was in the Panhandle. Pope
I wonder what's going to
Air Force
happen with
Base.
Nebraska.
He's been very strong on space. We have a huge space renaissance.
Because they tend to split. They have two districts,
Florida
actually.
Right now, Cape Canaveral area. So I think he's done a good job of tending to Florida issues. He's also been good on supporting democracy in Latin America, which is very important to a lot of our residents in southern Florida. So I think that, yes, they count him, but I think what he's done is he's really done things that resonate with Floridians in a way that, you know, like a Biden just wouldn't do without having that connection. But I would also say,
have you seen the difference between Joe Biden rallies?
But at the same time, our state's always in flux. I mean, you always have
the
new people coming.
main difference
it's just not the same.
Trump
being a
rallies have
lifelong
hundreds of
Floridian
people.
doesn't get you as much as, say, if you were a
Biden
lifelong
rallies have like 100
resident
people
of some of the other states that have a little bit more stable populations.
Yeah. Well, Ben alluded to this
got
at the beginning. You've been the best governor in the country in dealing with
I'm
the
not going
COVID
to trust
crisis.
the chat.
Can you
saying we
tell us
won
just
Kentucky.
briefly a little bit about your philosophy on how to handle COVID, why you've done,
That's
why you've been
not
able to preserve
surprising.
liberty in your state in a way that many governors haven't been able to,
Yeah, I'm
and when
pretty
you're
sure
going
we
to run
did
for president,
win
when we can vote for you.
So March, there was a lot we were still learning. I mean, I thought it was pretty clear by mid-March that this had a disproportionate effect on elderly. We focused a lot of our efforts on the nursing homes. Now, of course, we were sending PPE, we were doing things like that.
No,
we didn't necessarily have all the testing.
They haven't updated it, but if you look at the Google
we did
version,
the 15 days to slow the spread and kind of just followed the
we've
president's
also
coronavirus task force. But
we're
then
also
what
winning
we started to see in
Indiana,
April were
obviously.
these serological
We're winning
studies
New
to show
Hampshire.
that for every documented case, there was 10 times as many
New
actual
Hampshire
infections,
doesn't count because
which meant a
it's
couple
literally
things.
10
One,
to
it
16
meant
votes.
that the lethality of this
we're winning Florida by a shit ton.
The survival rate is 99.9%.
So we're gonna win Florida
per CDC rule analysis. And then but it also means that it's much more prevalent than we thought. We thought in March there's a COVID case in this county or 3 cases.
I swear to God, if we
Let's
win
find it, let's isolate
Illinois,
it.
that would be
Turns out that this was
hilarious.
something
that's
that a lot of the
basically
people that had didn't develop significant symptoms. It was more prevalent in the community.
Trump's winning by a
so
lot
for me,
already.
I thought at that point it made sense that we needed to make sure we opened the state and move forward on that. And we did it deliberately, but we were resolute in doing it. And I think what we've been able to see is the areas, look at what's happening in Europe. You had a lot of harsh mandates, lockdowns. Over the summer, people were celebrating that, but really they just had a seasonal respite, and now it's coming back. And so I think you're better off with an age-specific strategy, focusing on support for our most vulnerable residents, but having society function. So, for example, in Florida, all 67 counties, we have school open for in-person. School districts, charter schools, private schools. In fact, of the 10 most populous school districts in the country, 5 are in Florida.
Yeah, this one isn't very accurate.
5,
I would just use
New York City, they have about 10%
Google
of the kids in person. Chicago closed. Los Angeles closed. Las Vegas closed. Houston, I think, has just started getting kids back. And I think what's been frustrating on this is one, it's been very political because they wanted to use it against the president. But just the lack of fidelity to data and evidence.
Biden
I mean, on schools, it was very clear by May that schools needed to
Biden
open in the fall. You had studies done in Europe which were conclusive, and there was literally no countervailing evidence. And so we pushed forward with doing that in July, saying parents have a right to send their kids to school. You don't want to do it, you want to do distance, fine. But we have
New Hampshire has no votes.
The people were complaining, all this other stuff.
No, it does.
Sure enough, we've gone into school, and the
Yes,
parents that
that's
opted for
16. That's a
learning,
10.
a lot
That's
of them
not
are
good
itching to get the kid
data.
back in person.
Yeah, but those are
Very few
votes.
parents that opted for in person are trying to get their
Kanye
kids
West is
Vermont-
distance learning. But we knew
Vermont,
that
we don't
obviously
actually
that
know.
the kids were not significant risk for this. Certainly less than flu,
Vermont's
but we also knew they weren't significant spread. For the vectors in the community. In fact, we have not had a single example of a student infecting a teacher.
I wonder if they're going to be able to win.
I don't think very many states or countries have
Vermont's
very many
always
examples of
been
that as
a
well.
very,
So I just think
very
that the
democratic,
data, focusing on the data, understanding that just from a health perspective,
Like, it's been
one
completely-
virus is not the
Ooh,
sum
Virginia's
of
on the map
everything
now.
involving
Virginia's on the
health.
map.
The only
I mean,
time,
when you
yeah.
start
This
having
is actually
a myopic focus
the
on
least
just
democratic
coronavirus at all
Vermont's
costs,
ever
you cause
been
problems
in
with mental health,
years.
you cause problems with
By
other
the way, like
ailments.
it's winning
I mean,
one
we
of
had
its
people
categories
so
right now.
scared in this country that
If
they
you
would
look,
literally be
it's
having
winning the
heart
top
attacks
right
at
category.
home, but they wouldn't go into the
It's not
emergency
showing on Google,
department
but it is.
because they thought they were going to get corona and
Since
die
it's
from
the
that.
most it's ever been.
And that's just basically
But
fear
obviously
that was whipped
very
up by the
so-
media.
well, Vermont
irresponsibly.
shows a
so
win
we
right now.
focused on
Shows a win.
mental
Yeah,
health,
no-
focus on helping
no
people
one's
who are
Dark
using
blue
drugs,
and dark
focusing
red are
on
wins, by the
getting
way.
people into the hospital. I mean,
Yeah, I
the
can see
thing
it.
about
I'm
that
doing
started
Yahoo
all
right
this,
now.
remember, that the hospitals were somehow going to be overrun.
And Donald Trump's
Not
ahead
that
in
any
electoral
hospital
votes right now.
system in the country, even
Use
New York,
Yahoo.
was not overrun. They did
I
not
just
use the
didn't use it
ship.
again. I just
They did
did
not
those
use the
switches.
Javits Center. And I can tell you,
Obviously, we're
Florida's
gonna win
peak,
Virginia.
We had about 9,600
Yep.
COVID
Actually, no
positive
war.
patients in
Oh, yes,
Florida
yes, war. Yes,
hospitals,
yes.
But we
Sorry,
have
my fault.
65,000 licensed hospital
It's not gonna be cut
beds.
and
And
clear.
so we never even came close to capacity. And
Yeah, we're not
going
gonna
to
win
That's the
Illinois.
case. really should
I'm
inform
worried about
how
Pennsylvania,
you
though.
do this. And so I think we're in a
Pennsylvania is
situation
the only
now,
one you should be worried
where
about.
we have
Yeah.
obviously businesses open, schools
They were his
open,
home state,
and really trusting
My
people
home
to
state's
make
Illinois, by the way.
decisions about
And Warcries
the
is
environments
the
that they're
US.
comfortable being
Right. No
in.
home state.
But I think what we found
But
is the
US
more
is
and
more
more
important than
And there is a
Canada.
state that you live close by,
I
but
think
I'm
the
not
more and
gonna
more
say it.
people appreciate it.
Well,
Which
Governor
is
DeSantis,
basically
really
like your
appreciate
state.
your time, and frankly, look forward to getting out of this hellhole. And
I
getting
mean,
back to your
basically
wonderful
all of
state over the next couple of days, and
Ontario
look forward to
lives
seeing you
near.
in person
Yeah,
there.
but like
New
the
Year's.
part of
Absolutely. Take care.
Ontario. you
Governor
live
Ron
at.
DeSantis from the
It's
great
pretty
state of
obvious
Florida,
state,
one
too.
of the states that will have the most impact on what happens as the night
Yeah,
goes
it's
through. You
not
heard him
that
say,
bad.
importantly, that
New
while
York.
the polls closed in the Eastern time zone in
Ooh,
Florida,
Florida's red right now.
5 minutes ago, the polls
You have to
do not
reload.
close
Yeah,
in the
been
have to
red.
reload.
Been red.
until an
I haven't
hour
been
from
reloading
now.
it,
And if
that's
you're
why.
standing in line in Florida, you will still get
Are
into
you
votes. So
reloading
if
the
you're in
page
line,
more?
stay in line. Don't forfeit
Does
your
it
right
not upload
to
automatic?
register, your choice in this election. That's something I've actually been harping on a lot on Twitter. A lot of my friends will say, I voted for Donald Trump. Don't blame me. I voted for
Oh,
Donald
if
Trump.
it doesn't
And I'll say,
update.
oh, that's great.
Maybe it won't update if
when
I
you voted
reload.
for him, who'd you vote for congressman? Well, I mean,
No,
I didn't
it's
actually vote for him.
not.
I mean, I
It's
supported him.
not
I mean, he's
red
my
right
guy.
now.
I got a bumper sticker
For
on
me,
my picture.
Florida's
No,
red.
no, no.
It's
It comes
it's like
from
a
the
light
Latin
red though.
votum, which means get off your sorry ass and go register your choice.
Yeah, that's a
on
good one.
ballot. As in, I like Donald Trump. I shall go and vote him for him in Latin. That's how you say it in Latin.
That was good. That was good pronunciation.
For him. So please, if you're in line in Florida, stay in line in Florida. If you're in line anywhere in the country when your polling place closes, stay where you are. Make sure that your vote is counted tonight.
Can I just comment for just a minute on the governor, what the stuff he was saying, just from a kind of sensory point of view?
Yes.
I have been listening to the left talk about Donald Trump. Joe Biden said this. He is the virus.
Right.
And I keep thinking, gosh, these people sound like children. Is that me? You know, I mean, am I just hearing this kind of toddler logic where Donald Trump is the big man, so he must be spreading the disease? The sound of that guy was so adult and so rational, and the words coming out of his mouth made so much sense that I thought, no, they actually are children.
Well,
I'm gonna watch some
more
Good
than
Luck
even children,
America as well.
Honestly, they have a cult-like religious fervor around Trump. It
They're gonna
really
be
is.
giving
It really
updates
is
on
that
it.
they believe, and they've made this clear that Trump is the devil. They really, it is that.
Yeah, we're
Trump is
confirmed
this
to have one in
sort of
Indiana now,
cloud
and we
that
won it
follows
by a
Kingpin around
lot.
the Peanuts comic. And if you get
Like,
rid
a
of Trump, then
lot.
COVID magically goes away. That's why,
Like, it's
over
all
the last
red.
48 hours, 72 hours, Joe Biden's final pitch was, I'm not really kidding, that he was going to be your parent, the Pope, if you're like Michael, or God. Right? It was those three things. He literally said that if he's elected, he will treat you like members of his family. And I thought, excellent, I can now pick up bags of cash in Ukraine and China. He also suggested that he was going to save our collective soul, which is, if I have to hear that crap from one more politician, that you're going to save my soul, you're right. The 78-year-old geriatric can't put a sentence together, lifelong corrupt bureaucrat who shifted every major position he ever held, including one where he used to be pro-life to pro-choice. That guy's going to save my soul. And then his final pitch was that he was going to crush the virus. Right? I'm not going to crush the economy. I'm not going to crush it. I'm not going to crush your hopes. I'm going to crush the virus. Really? Like with your foot or what? Like how exactly? I feel like Hillary Clinton with a cloth. Like
so small, yeah.
Right. It's so small. You get smack. The virus is gone. And I thought to myself, this is Captain Moonshot.
I'm back.
Cancer, as though people aren't trying to kill cancer.
Also,
Like,
remember that thread I was telling you about?
enormous religious
Apparently,
faith
Egyptian
that is
cow got
invested in
involved there
power
too.
of government by so many
We're
people
winning
in the West
Indiana
is
by
sickening, is
10%
wrong, is
more than we were in
counterproductive, and
2016.
It is childish and cold.
So we got Indiana. There's no debate about it. I mean, of course we can't assume, but I'm pretty sure we will.
That used to be how we all
Insane.
dealt with medical problems.
10% more.
But the reason why, of course, is that everybody's got to serve somebody. So you'll always hear the left talk about religious kooks.
Obviously,
The left
Vermont
believes
is
that
still
babies aren't
glitched.
human
It's
and
not
believes that
actually
men can be
confirmed.
women and believes
Yeah, it
the world
says
is gonna end
0
in 10 years.
votes,
So
but
you
Biden's
do have
won.
an actual
Yeah,
religious
New
lawyer, and you
Hampshire
put
is
it on this guy.
nothing.
I mean, this has been going on for a
Let me
very
check
long
their
time in
website
this
too,
country.
Daily Wire.
And
Their website hasn't done
most recently, I guess,
anything,
Barack
apparently.
Obama, who said that the earth would heal and the oceans would lower if you elect him.
Michelle
We have
said
20
he
minutes
was
till
going
the
to take
next
out
polls close,
our
okay.
heart of stone and replace it with a heart of flesh, basically.
That's right.
That's really did. She
I'll check
said
Daily
that-
Wire.
one of the
I have it on
Indiana
my other
Jones
monitor,
movies?
but I'll pull this
You
up
know,
on my other monitor too.
the statement
I'll
that
keep it
Biden
up.
made that I thought was most
they
shocking
haven't posted
in a
anything yet.
campaign of shocking and mostly incomprehensible statements was when he came out and he said that if I had been president, 220,000 Americans would be alive. That no one would have died. That America, unlike every other country on earth,
Wow.
would
You
have
see
no
what they're
deaths
talking about
from
right
the
now?
virus. And if you believe that, then Donald Trump really
What?
must be
What?
the
He
virus.
said
I
Joe
wish
Biden
the
said that
President
if
Trump
he was
asked
president,
Biden, hey,
no
Joe,
one
if
would
you've
have
been
died
president, Can you
from
give me a
coronavirus.
number? Can you give me a specific
That's
number?
right.
100,000, 100? And
I mean, of course, it's probably not
unfortunately, we didn't get
exactly
that
true,
hit
but
because
what they're talking about
we're winning. That's Virginia.
Oh,
shit.
South Carolina's on
not the
board
answer,
now.
right?
South Carolina.
many
That's-
people. So,
And they're
I
all
have
red.
not made-
There's
on the East
literally
Coast are
all
starting to
red
close.
right now.
I want to go to our Daily Wire.
I thought it would be the other way around
where
because
Alicia and
Republicans
John
sent the
Bickley are
vote
going to give
later,
us
I
a little
thought,
bit of
but no.
analysis about what we can expect next.
Some of those
They're
states have
all
already been called, unsurprisingly, of course,
Kentucky.
Vermont and Virginia going to Biden-Harris. Once again,
Right.
that's unsurprising.
Vermont,
and
Virginia
the polls just closed in
unsurprising.
Florida. And here for a breakdown
Wait,
of what
Virginia?
we need to be looking for in Florida is
I
the
thought
Daily
Virginia
Wire's
was
own
Virginia.
Ian Howard.
Trump on the, at
Ian,
least this thing
Alright.
showing. Yeah.
what are we looking at? What's the
Let me
lay of the land in
refresh the
Florida
page.
2016
No, they're
versus
leaving Trump on
2020
this thing.
laid out there for
I don't
us?
know
So
why.
people, when they think about Florida, they think of a few things. They think of always a closely run race. So 2000,
Hanging chads.
Yep, it took a month of legal wrangling to sort that mess out. 2012, they were the only state to actually
Someone put
decide
slat
by
to
under
his
1%
jacket.
between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney.
Wow.
So it's always close.
Yeah,
People
we're
think about,
winning- we're
Florida as
winning
like MAGA
Virginia.
country, But Trump
But-
only won by
but these guys are saying we
1.6% in
aren't.
2016. So
But they
we
also
assume
said
it's
we're
gonna be
not
very
winning.
close.
Did they say New
It's
Hampshire?
really also, as I
Or
spoke with
Vermont?
Cabot
No,
earlier,
they
it's one of the
said
crucial
Vermont,
states.
which is
that
Yeah,
Trump
Vermont
basically
is
has to
correct,
win if he
yeah,
wants to have a
Vermont's
vote.
So what parts of the state should we
Where's
be paying
our-
attention to? Is it those
probably
metropolitan
doing
areas?
shit.
Is it the panhandle? What are you looking at?
So I think we should keep an eye on
So far,
the
Trump's
panhandle,
losing
the north
wrong.
of the state because he has to have
This
big
chat is
turnout
wrong.
there. But that's almost assumed. I think, given the parades we see, those boat parades. I went in a boat parade, really fun.
Wait, what's your opinion on
so
Lil Pump?
We need to then be focusing on the blue
I
areas
don't really care.
towards
He
Miami
basically
Dade,
endorsed
Broward
Trump
County.
yesterday.
Those are
And I'm pretty sure it's
counties
only
where
because
Hillary Clinton
Biden's
won by
raising
almost
taxes for the
300,000
rich.
votes in each county,
But
she still lost.
he basically
So
endorsed Trump at a
Democrats
rally.
will be looking for a huge
Probably
vote
gonna
turnout there.
lose
It's
Virginia.
actually been kind of interesting in terms of turnout.
Virginia is a border
Early
state, or
polls
like
suggested
Virginia's
that
a state we
Republicans were actually
want.
having better
We
turnout
want
than
Virginia.
unfortunately
We want
made sense.
Wisconsin.
But
Or, I mean, we
other
want
polls are
every
coming
state,
in and
but
saying that
you
Democrats
really
are
want
actually
Wisconsin,
outpacing Republicans
Virginia,
as the day went on.
Pennsylvania,
So it's really hard to tell.
And then
Maine,
also in 2016, Donald Trump
and
was
I
able
think
to
Georgia, too.
outperform even the polls of what
I'm
they
not sure.
thought he might get in the Cuban American
Yes.
community. Could that help him make up some of those
Donald Trump has a lot of
you know,
Cuban
pretty
supporters.
liberal places because
Actually,
Cuban Americans
wait,
tend
no.
to reside in that Palm Beach, Dade County, Miami area?
Yeah, I think that'll be a huge community that he'll be certainly looking at quite closely. In 2016, he got between 50 and 54% of the Cuban American vote. This year, some
They get
polls
cocky
suggest
at
it's actually
them.
going to be near 60%.
Oh, wow.
If that's true, that's going to be a huge deal for Trump. If it's not true, then he's
Georgia's
gonna
obviously
really have
winning
to
for
pull some votes
Biden.
out somewhere.
Okay,
Really?
so we will be
Fuck.
continuing to bring all of y'all the information as
Oh, they are.
people are calling states and polls are closing everywhere. A lot of people
By
are
a
paying
lot,
attention
War.
to the trend of Florida, though,
Fuck.
because if President Trump and Mike Pence can't pull it out in Florida, you know, their pathway to victory just
That's
continues
because
to
of
get
that's
smaller
probably
and smaller.
most of
so when
the.
we have more updates, we'll be
I'm
bringing
pretty
those
sure
to all y'all.
Georgia did.
Thank you, Ian, and
They
thank
were
you,
counting
Alicia.
the
So I've been
actual
telling you guys
mail-in
all night
votes
that we're going
early.
to have some big announcements tonight, and they're all focused on the
Sure,
exact
you're right.
same issue, which is that
All
we have
votes
to
must be counted.
replace the media.
Election
We
day
have this
is
establishment
Tuesday.
media in this country,
How
in
can I?
connection, in conjunction with social media in this country, deciding what kind of stories you get to hear and what kind of stories you don't, what kind of expression
Yeah,
you get
early
to have, and
vote
what kind of
is
expression
heavily.
you don't.
Dang, there's a
I
lot
don't think
of
we've done enough to communicate
stuff in the chat
scope
going
of
on.
the
It's like
problem.
Biden
The New York
shit
Times
as
is
well
essential.
in this.
Even
in this
for us, the New York
chat.
Times is essential. The New York Times has 4,500 employees. They have 1,600 active journalists. They have a budget of $1.2 billion a year. They do over $100 million of profit every year. You want to know why conservatives aren't great at investigative journalism?
Joe
You wanna know why
Biden's winning
conservatives,
Florida now.
Are at such a disadvantage when it comes
That's
to
huge.
subjecting the left to the kind of scrutiny that the left subjects us to. That's because
A
the New York
very
Times
few
is only one
things
piece
have actually
of the
voted in
establishment
Florida.
media.
Yeah,
juggernaut.
yeah,
There
Florida's
is
blue now.
nothing like that
Yeah.
exists on the right.
Not
now,
by
you might
much.
say, right.
Barely.
It's
Like
Miami.
like
Right,
4%.
there's nothing like it on the left
Miami
either.
and
The New York
Tampa.
Times is mainstream.
There's only 2 million
They're in the
views or
middle.
votes.
They're
It's
not in the
really
middle.
just
There's more
Miami and
diversity
Tampa.
of opinion at
Yeah.
the Daily Wire about Donald Trump than there is in the entire 4,500-person staff of the New York Times, where there is no diversity of opinion about Donald Trump. Name one
Blue is
single
not the
prominent
imposter.
pro-Trump Republican conservative voice at the New York Times. 4,500 employees. I'm not asking for 1%. I'm asking for a single person. You cannot do it. It does not exist. That's how badly they have us outmaneuvered. The way that we're going to
New
deal
York
with
Times,
that is to
bad.
replace them. End your subscription to the New York Times. End your subscription to the Washington Post.
Trump is
End
still
your,
winning the
cut your cable, cut the cord.
the Electoral College, but Biden's winning
goes
popular
to
right
CNN,
now.
whether you watch CNN or not.
By like
some of the money you pay for cable goes to MSNBC, whether you watch MSNBC or not, because of
Biden's winning
you are
by fair,
funding
but
the
still.
left.
I mean,
as
I'm not
they
surprised that
try to
Biden's
take
winning
your freedoms
the
away from you. The only way we're going to stop that is
popular.
to replace
Probably
them.
gonna
And to
win.
replace them, we
He's
on
probably
our
gonna win
side
the
of the
popular.
ideological divide have to up
It's
our
by
game.
very,
Part of that
very
means we have
slightly,
to get out
though.
and lead, and part of it means we need you to follow. We need your support. We need your help. So Daily
I mean,
Wire
hey
is going
man,
to start
he won the
taking
Nickelodeon
lead
Kids election.
in this fight in ways that we have
Well,
not before. We have a
obviously.
ton
Of course,
huge
like
announcements
barely
coming
anyone voted
for
for
you
Biden,
tonight.
and that whole
the
shit was
first
cringe.
one
I watched
is gonna
it.
come courtesy of
They had
our,
1 second
guest,
that showed a Trump
Candace
supporter.
My
Candace
The rest of it was
worry is
anti-
founder of the Blessed Foundation.
my worry
Candace
is
the host of the
Florida.
Candace Owens Show. For
Florida,
Prager Youth.
yes.
She's one of the most important, not only political,
It's
but I would
hard
say
coming
cultural
back.
voices in the country today. She's beaming in from Washington, D.C. because I'm just going to be honest with you, we can't afford to get Candace to L.A. because she moves all over the
We
world,
won
all over
Kentucky
the time, all the
hard,
time. She's
We already
busy
won
doing
them like
the
10 minutes
work
ago.
of not just commenting
Yeah,
on culture, but creating culture.
New Hampshire's
and
we
creating
won
culture.
Indiana,
She's here with us
we
tonight. We couldn't
won
be more thrilled to have her.
Virginia.
Candace, are you with us?
Candace
I
Owens.
am with you.
Hey, there's
All
Candace.
right. How's it going?
Hello. Can you?
So we're hearing reports right now about rioting taking place in Washington, D.C. So the first question is, are you safe?
I am safe. I am safe right now in the studio. But I will tell you, just leading up to this, the last couple of days, watching all of the boarding going up. And here's what's really remarkable. On a lot of these stores and on these boards, they're actually writing, "We support Black Lives Matter." And you have to ask yourself, why would a business owner first board up his business and then write, "We support Black Lives Matter"? And the answer is simple. It's because they recognize that it is Black Lives Matter, it is Antifa, it is the left that is doing these riots. And I actually have a friend who runs a gym, and he tells me that he puts a sign in his window that says, "We support Black Lives Matter." And I know he does not support Black Lives Matter. He is not left-leaning. He is a Republican. But he does that because today, that for business owners is like putting up like Sloman's shield, you know?
Yeah.
Please don't riot. Please don't burn us down. We support you. And it's very sad that we've gotten to this point. And then just getting to the studio, I don't live too far from the studio. It should have been a 5-minute drive. It took 30 minutes because of street closures, because of
Trump's
riots.
closing
and
in
the
on
left
Biden?
is ready to go, and they've been planning
You're
this for
right.
months
He's
and
really
months.
close.
My question,
Like,
I guess, that I would
He's
ask is,
not
how come the FBI
unpopular.
hasn't been
He's
able to
gaining
shut down
unpopular,
this
but on
South? How
Florida.
have they been able to coordinate this? How are
And
they
Florida.
bringing U-Hauls
Yeah, they're
and
close.
metal bats and,
Yeah,
and,
he
and all
know.
of these things of this nature? So it's incredibly frustrating that it's come to this point. We should have been able to suspect this and to guard against it. But D.C. is really, really scary right now. We just know that we're going to expect a lot later on.
Daily
in the
Wire
night.
still hasn't updated, by the way.
Yeah, it's really remarkable that, well, to your point, that the FBI hasn't been able to get on top of that. And I kind of want to kick that around and have it as a discussion with the five of us. Is the reason, I mean, obviously one reason is that free speech is sacred in this country. And so you expect our law enforcement to give the maximum latitude possible, right? You want them to err on the side of letting people overexpress and not underexpress. But given what we've seen in the country in the wake of the George Floyd killing, given what we've seen in the Chaz chop zone in Seattle, the constant burning of Portland, the burning of Minneapolis, it's been going on for months and months. Why is it that the federal law enforcement hasn't been more proactive in cracking down on this?
It's a really good question, because when Donald Trump announced that he was going to enforce the law against pulling over statues and vandalism, that largely stopped. That was a big movement, and it largely went away. And that, you know, the FBI sent out something like 12 agents to investigate what turned out to be a hoax attack on a black NASCAR driver, as if there was some major civil rights problem there, which there wasn't. And yet they can't seem to infiltrate, or at least start to discourage these people. I have faith. I have faith that the FBI is on it, that they're looking at it. I don't think the FBI is totally gone. I think obviously under James Comey, their leadership was corrupted, but I don't think that the agents are corrupt.
But,
so
you know,
I have hope that they're working.
Yeah, Michael, is it that they're complicit? Is it a deep state conspiracy against the president?
Yes.
Or is it strategic on the part of the president?
That's it. It's that they're complicit. I've talked to friends of mine who are in the administration, who have worked at some of these various swamp agencies in the deep state, and you can go agency by agency and know their ideological leanings. Now, you might say agencies aren't supposed to have ideological leanings, but they do. And we always joke about the State Department, for instance, is always pretty far left. But this is true. You can go down the line. FBI, CIA, all the various alphabet agencies. And they have consistently undermined the president. And part of this, by the way, might not be some nefarious tinfoil hat conspiracy. Part of this is that people at those agencies just happen to share the views of Black Lives Matter or Antifa or of the Democratic Party. I guess
this on TikTok?
The same thing now. It's very difficult to root
Everyone
that out.
who's like opposing my Donald Trump posts are like 11 to 14-year-old girls.
Give you an example.
White girls.
How many people are employed by the Department of Homeland Security? 250,000 people. It's
only existed for
5 minutes.
Years.
Yeah, almost 20 years now. But you're right, 16 to 20 years, and it's that large. It's taken in other agencies. That's the tip of the iceberg on this federal bureaucracy. So the problem runs very, very deep.
Well, Ben, do you buy it? Is it
honestly, I find it a less interesting.
There's actually a lot of people like
because you can speculate all day as to what closed agencies are doing behind closed
doors. It's actually pretty.
I have no clue.
TikTok isn't overwhelmingly
blue,
although most of the
popular media and Democratic Party apparatus continue to cover for this bull crap and then suggest that we're wrong for even wanting to ask questions about it. That if you even question whether Black Lives Matter has violent connections and why so many of these protests turn into riots, this is because you are not sufficiently anti-racist, or you have Joe Biden suggesting that Antifa is a philosophy rather than actual group.
Trump is doing super well in New
Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Considering we're in an election year. I mean, the politicization of the
have you not looked at the numbers?
Has been an ongoing issue.
Okay, tell me what you're seeing. You actually see the total amount of vote
Donald
count.
Trump 61.5%, Joe Biden 38.
Yeah, but are you seeing the vote count?
Yeah, it's very low.
One of the things we love about you at the Daily
Exactly, it doesn't matter. It's a single.
Even Kentucky, Trump still is only 18%.
It's a single part of Hampshire.
The problem is Florida is 48%,
so
it's like over half.
With Brexit, there's a lot of
And
talk, especially on the right,
Joe
now,
Biden's
we might
winning.
see
So you think Joe Biden's going to win it?
In not only
the election?
Black
win
men in
the
particular voting for the president, but also the Hispanic population, something that Ben has observed firsthand happening down in Florida.
It's going to be very close.
Your finger on the temperature.
Let's just hope he
of that
doesn't win
movement more than
Pennsylvania.
anybody else in the country. What do you
New
think
Hampshire
happens
is
tonight?
also going
Are
to
we
be a
going to see
major
something historic? Are we going to see something different than what we've seen in the past?
Absolutely. And so first off, I will say, how remarkable is it to consider that over the last 4 years, the left could not have harped on race harder. I mean, how many times, if we actually had a ticker like we have the COVID-19 death ticker, if we had a racism ticker on CNN and MSNBC, every time they said the word racist, what would the number
all of
be?
the major
Seriously.
areas in
question,
Florida
right?
have been
And
polled
yet,
now.
despite that,
Only about
they're
a third
acknowledging
of
that
the
Black
smaller,
American support
or
is
only
shifting
about
towards the
a
Republican
third
Party,
of the
is
rural
shifting
areas
towards President Trump.
haven't-
That's a very
or
dangerous
haven't.
spot for Democrats
Yeah,
to
but
be
those
in,
are low top.
because they cannot.
Yeah,
they
I
have
know,
to
but
at
still,
least
Trump
get
is going to trend in the rural areas.
85% of the
and
black
that's
votes to
gonna-
stay in
No
the
shit,
party.
Sherlock.
And
When I went to
I've
Southern
always felt, I
Illinois,
instantly said,
Trump
in
was
2020,
Trump
I think
signs were
Trump would get
everywhere.
20
Even
points,
I
and
went to
people
like
thought
Southern
that was a
Wisconsin.
pipe dream. And it was never a pipe dream. It was just
And
so
in my
obvious.
city,
You just needed
I
somebody
passed
to actually
60
communicate to
from
Black
60 Biden
Americans
signs and 0
in
Trump
a
signs on
cultural
my bike
manner,
ride.
which is what I tried to do. What is actually going on?
I'm gonna
We've been
take
married
down
to this party
my-
for 70 years, and nothing has
Ooh.
changed. And the
I
problem
was
is
gonna
that
take
I
down
think
my
the
Black
Republican
Lives
Party
Matter
for a
sign
really
outside my
long
house.
time.
My parents
It's
put
almost
it up,
like
but
they're suffering
I'm
PTSD.
not gonna-
You guys have been called racist
I'm
for
not
so
about that
long
shit.
that now when somebody calls you racist, you just let them shut down the
But yeah,
conversation. And it
they're
needs to be
over
somebody
halfway with
like
Florida.
Donald Trump, because he's the only person I know that he gets called racist and he doubles down on
seeing
whatever
it.
it is
I'm
he
seeing
said.
it live.
Right? Black America,
He's
what do you have to lose?
dropping,
Remember,
but
they all
here's
freaked
the
out and said,
thing.
"Oh my goodness, how could he possibly say
That's
It's so
just
racist."
the
and now it's his favorite
that's
thing
the
to say in front of
capitals.
minority crowds. Black
Well,
America, I asked you in 2016, what do you
those
have
are the
to
major
lose?
cities.
And clearly the answer was nothing. I did see an article 2 days ago, which made me really happy.
I mean, if
about
the rest of
Black
these
men,
votes are for
between
Trump,
the
he
ages
would
of 25 and
overwhelmingly
35,
pass
they're
Joe.
already calling them
So.
chauvinists. They're saying, the reason they're getting behind Trump is because they're chauvinists. So black men, welcome to the Republican Party when you kind of just collect the sexist, misogynist. I say it's like a game of Pokemon. I've got to catch them all.
Trump's going
I
up
didn't expect
overall.
to get the white supremacist one. I got that one randomly in the news article.
That's a good sign.
I'm really winning the leftist Pokemon game. But yeah, so the polls a couple of weeks ago said 8% black support unmoved, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
Biden's
Now
going
they're saying
down in
14%,
Florida, as
and I think it's going to be a
suspected.
little bit higher, which is going to be it's
Trump
going to
just
be
got
a
a
game
little
changer.
higher.
It's going to be the first
You got
opportunity
up to
for the
48%.
Rural
Republican
areas
Party
are
to win
is
back
what-
the black vote.
I'd probably
Well, if
say
that
at
does
least
happen, you're gonna be
60%
one
of the
most
rural areas
important
are going to be
people in
Trump.
I'm pretty sure they're going to
because you,
update the
more than
live
any other person other than
election
the president
coverage.
himself,
Daily Wire
have
when the
devoted
next
so much
polls
of your
close.
attention to that issue. I do think we have to give some credit to the president on this as well. His his.
Wait, no, they updated
I don't
it
like
more.
use terms like
They
outrage to
updated
the
the other
community.
one.
I mean, you're
And
talking about
Trump is up
outrageous.
93
It's absurd.
on
But what
theirs.
Donald Trump has done that I think Republicans have been afraid to do in the past is he actually just talks to people who might hate him. And I think he's able to do that because so many people hate him. He's actually comfortable
Indiana
in
is
environments where
already
people
a
aren't
win,
kind
is
to
it
him
not?
because he's accustomed. Even just
Yeah.
being
Kentucky's already a
a
win.
builder in New York. Probably his
Kentucky,
entire life
yeah,
has been talking to
Kentucky's been
people
a win
who don't
all day
necessarily like
today.
him and trying to find common cause with them. And he's done a fairly remarkable job.
I mean, when you talk about communities in the United States who have just gotten bullshit from politicians for decades.
Yeah.
Trump
And
is
the
higher
black
up
community in the
now.
United
He
States
went
has
up by
gotten bullshit from politicians
0.3%.
literally since the beginnings of the country. And Donald Trump,
He
when
might
he
pass
talks to
them.
people,
He might-
there's
I'm pretty
not
sure all the
tons of
cities
bullshit.
are
I mean,
counted, right?
and cutting
Do you
through it
think
straight
all
to
the
the
cities
dust,
are
I think
counted?
actually translates
Holy
really
shit.
well. The non-politician
Holy shit,
aspect
yeah,
of
he's
Trump
close.
speaks very differently
Already
than the
passing
stereotypical
Biden
political
in
support
popular
you get from
vote.
every other politician who gets in front of that
so
crowd.
Not just in
Florida. Thick skin.
Florida, actually, yeah, Florida's definitely thinning down. Like, it's already thinned down to 2%, and we've only done, like, now we're only at, what, like 40% of them?
Massiveness of the legacy media.
And like 50% of the total of the rural areas.
The legacy media.
So,
this guy has been standing
he's
against
Trump's
them
almost definitely
all
going to win
by his
Florida.
lonesome for 4 years.
It's gonna be
He's
close
just kinda
regardless, but
eating it up and spit
Yeah.
it out. And this is the hardest thing because America is a country that has reckoned with its
Trump's
historic
about to
racism,
win popular
and we
vote.
don't want to go there again, and so we're sensitive
Where is
to
he?
the charge.
He is winning on my screen.
Batter people
He's
into
winning.
submission,
He
and
wasn't winning like a
only
minute ago.
Trump's
But he's winning popular vote on my
turtle
screen.
shell of a
And he's winning
skin
electoral.
could withstand.
Well, you saw it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You saw it just the other day with Chelsea Handler, right? When I don't know how President Trump is doing among the black community, but he's totally killing it among the rap community. Kanye, Lil Pump,
I'm not
Lil
gonna post
Wayne,
anything
and
about
50
this
Cent. And
until
so 50
after
Cent comes out and says, "Yeah, okay, I like
most of
Trump.
the
I don't want to be
elections.
20 Cent." And Chelsea Handler said, I couldn't believe the words came out of her mouth. She said, "I had to remind him that he was a black man." And she did. And then she also offered him some sort of favors if he voted for Biden. So we kind of did. But anyway, it gets very complicated. I don't want to get into it. But it is unbelievable.
Just let you know where
Could
my
you
parents
imagine a
voted
political
Biden.
coalition
What
10
did
years
you-
ago,
yes,
5 years
sir,
ago, where
stating
you've
the
got an
obvious.
Amish parade and a rapper parade.
But my dad
going on
voted
side
against,
by
I mean,
side.
I can imagine
the
a political
Illinois
coalition with an
rich
Orthodox
tax,
Jew and a
whatever.
platinum
I forget.
best-selling rapper.
Which is retarded, but
Same
it's gonna win
coalition
because
for
my
Donald
city's
Trump
so
and in
retarded
this
and
room.
left-wing.
Ooh, Trump's gaining on Biden in Florida. He's going to win Florida,
One of
yeah.
the things I love about
where
our
is he now?
team here at the Daily Wire is just how different we all
Ooh,
are,
They're,
and yet we have this kind of
they're within
community that I think
1.5
other publications
percentile.
Joe
don't.
Biden's
That's
not
like,
gaining
You know,
any
when we
much
were
votes,
planning
is
this
he?
show, we thought, well, we
Well,
want
yeah,
to do
because all the
as good
major
a job
cities
I'm
are
still
gonna-
ahead
as,
popular vote, by the way.
say,
All the
Fox News
major
at bringing
regions are
people
getting
information. And
pulled
now, I
first,
don't want to.
so.
They can go down to the precinct level, so I don't want to say that we fully succeeded at that. But we set a high goal for ourselves. We're going to bring people. The
yeah,
best,
Trump's gonna
deepest, most
win
up-to-date information
Florida.
through the night. But we also want to really
Gonna
focus on
win
what makes us
Indiana.
what makes us unique.
So
what
my
makes us
prediction was
other
right
than
about
cable
Florida.
news. And a big
He's
part of that
gaining on
is
that's
just this.
because of
You're smoking a
Florida
cigar, we're having a
specifically.
conversation.
Yeah.
It
But
might
that's
be a little
pretty
unorthodox.
major.
It
Bad
might not
news,
be
New
what
Hampshire's
everybody was
blue
saying, on cable.
And Joe
Okay.
Biden
Advertises my boycott
swarmed.
you over.
Joe
But part of
Biden's
that is because
about 30,
there's so
over
much
30%
about
ahead
us
of
as a group.
Trump and
Yeah.
New Hampshire. They're not getting
You brought
we're not
up
getting
Hampshire.
a very
We're not
religious
getting New
from
Hampshire,
Orthodox Jew. You've got Drew.
Have
who's
you
documented
seen
his,
New Hampshire?
Conversion from sort of
Actually,
secular
wait, no.
Judaism
New
to
Hampshire's almost a
faithful Christianity.
toss-up.
You have Michael Knowles,
I would
who we
argue
all know
otherwise,
wasn't
sir. If
Catholic,
that's
but now
terrible
he's
predictions,
very
because only one area has been
Yeah, you're right.
pulled.
It's very
It's
little.
really
But
hardcore.
yeah, you're right.
More Catholic
But it
It's
is overwhelming.
only one area.
And no,
It's
it's
one
even
at
more
small
overwhelming.
I'm
Where? Check out
essentially
Vermont.
a
Biden won
a Protestant
Vermont.
cult
Yeah.
leader.
2%
Really
though. But he's ahead by over
But you
45%.
What?
on the
Crazy.
religious side, not just
Vermont?
on the political
That's because
side.
Vermont
Candace
has
is actually quite
literally
close,
two
to the
areas,
president.
sir,
You have
right
Ben and
now.
I, who were major
Yeah.
Trump skeptics in
2%, I
2016.
think.
You have the two of you who supported the president in 2016. You
And
have
those
Michael,
two areas are
who
like
not only support
Vermont's
you have
all.
Michael, who actually
Trump is so
acknowledges
close to
that he was
Biden.
as successful
2%,
as
less
Candace
than
at being
2%.
friends with the
On
president.
Why
Florida.
won't he call me back? I call him all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Candace,
here.
can you send him my texts?
He's
I'm pretty
getting
sure it
close.
updates.
Yes.
And that we're not afraid to
Georgia,
engage in
Biden's
these
winning a
ideas in
bit.
a way that's
Georgia.
friendly.
Biden's going
And
up up
one
in
thing that
Florida.
Candace has
wait,
that
no, he's
none of
going
us
down
have
in
that I think
Florida.
is
Yes, yeah.
is an important part of that. It's an actual foothold in the
Trump,
culture.
it's
So,
3 to
you know, somebody
19
told me
right
this
now.
week that I'm not
Yes.
famous, and it kind of hurt my
Trump
feelings
is
'cause I'm at least
losing.
like a
Literally,
P-list
he's
internet
not.
celebrity.
Trump is winning now. He's chat saying.
Popular vote.
Yeah, so he's
What
basically
do you want
he's
from
winning
me?
popular
You've got
and
Ben, who's
electoral. So he's basically
extraordinarily famous. We've done
He's
these
about
market
to
surveys
win.
that
It looks
where
like
Ben,
he's
I'll
about
brag
to
on you for a
win
minute, where Ben's the most famous
Florida.
conservative in the
He's
country.
barely winning.
Yeah.
In terms of
Ooh, Trump just went up to
Gained an extra
50%.
He's higher than
He
like
just went
the
up to
entire primetime
50%.
On Florida?
popular.
On Florida.
Popular.
Candace is something Candace, you're something.
Trump is 50% unpopular.
Yes, he is.
Famous.
It
It's
just went up. I just saw it go up.
to become a culture figure in my lifetime. No conservative, no one who, let's say it differently, no one who started in the political sphere as a conservative pundit has been able to cross over into being a political celebrity.
Daily Wire
people who've moved the other direction. People who were like, they used to have a big acting career, and then the part stopped coming in, and then they realized they could talk about politics.
They
and
used to be reality TV stars and then became president.
Yeah, for instance. For example. You've uniquely been able to cross that bridge the other way. I'm very curious what that's like. I mean, you kind of live a life
Polls
that
are
the rest
closing.
of us,
Here we go.
Probably never get to live. How are you received when you and you don't have to name names, but how are you received behind the scenes when you deal with other people who are sort of cultural celebrities?
Trump's at exactly 50%
right
now.
It seems like there is.
Okay, now they're in. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are in the 1.2 percentile right now in Florida.
People really gave me credit for. I mean,
Georgia.
I had to sort of sit down, and when I had
obviously Biden's going to win Georgia.
I lived my entire life as a lie. I bought into Democrat propaganda, the education
Georgia.
system propaganda.
What's been
I
pulled
as a person who graduated high school.
Okay, that makes sense. It's specifically the small, or it's specifically
I'm a pretty smart
the
girl.
large areas. Okay.
It wasn't something that I grew up with on my own.
Yeah, Trump could still win Georgia.
And so when I wanted to, kind of dabble into politics, the first thing I asked myself is how did the
Biden
left do
could
this
still
to
win
me?
them.
And I wanted to
Biden could obviously
with
still win
intention
Florida.
reverse
All right,
engineer
28 till next
exactly
poll's
what it
closed.
was that deluded me to begin with.
Oh.
And I understood how important culture was. And Republicans and conservatives had just given up on culture.
Biden shot up in
Florida. You
Florida.
sort of hit at this earlier, Jeremy, but everything you see on TV is done at the expense of conservatives. And I think for that reason,
Trump's now behind the Biden overall. No, it's flicking between each other.
No, Trump's ahead in
We're
popular.
just going to be the smart guys.
And even got more electoral votes. Trump just got a bunch of electoral votes, and Biden got none. It went from 8-3 to 13.
I love culture. I love music.
GG. This election is basically done.
Why people
Not
like
really.
music. I know Ben doesn't
But
like
I'm
rap
pretty
music,
sure this
but
is
I
a
get
good sign.
why some people.
You're just being libtard.
What? I'm pretty sure this is a good sign. Oh, West Virginia just went.
No.
Wait. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
You
No,
were
it's
really good in WAP.
There's
I
zero.
will say
That
WAP
sounds like
Daily
WAP.
That's not a glitch. I'm pretty sure just a champion voter.
What can I say?
Well, West Virginia is going to be Trump.
One of the things you said to me
Yes.
recently, Candace, that I found really interesting, you said, I
That's
don't want
kind of
people to know
obvious.
if I'm about to run for president or to drop a rap album.
Trending
I do think that
liberal on the
volatility
That's
is part of what gives
Kentucky,
you
Indiana.
the ability to do the things that you do.
Florida. Let's see.
By volatility, I mean that
that's
people
really
don't
how
know
I
what to
feel.
expect, right?
What else is being added?
Right, and that's exactly how I feel because I love so much of it, and
Okay,
I think
so
that both of it
Florida's
is really important. And I
59.
think Andrew Breitbart was right years ago when he said politics is downstream from culture.
Donald Trump is
And we have
behind
to
by
make sure that we're sort of
1.2%.
connecting that. And I've
In
always
Florida.
wanted to
In
exist
what?
as a
Florida.
conduit.
He's at
And I will
49
say,
now.
to answer your
Biden's
earlier
going
question,
down
behind
by a
closed
bit.
doors, it is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I
This is
wish
good.
I could publish a list of the A-list celebrities that I'm in
So, let's
communication
think
with
here.
all around the world. I mean, not just in America. Obviously, my husband's British.
You're
In
assuming
England,
too much.
you would just be shocked and go, "Oh my goodness!" We're
So,
all really
Florida,
doing
all the
something. They know
rural
all of
areas
us.
are gonna
They
take a
follow
while.
and go, "Oh
It's
my
like a
goodness,
while.
Daily Wire." They're
So
down
Florida,
to
some will
Illinois.
certainly win for us.
They know you.
Let me go look at the Florida
specifically.
chart.
They bring you up first.
So, ooh,
Yeah,
Trump's
you first.
going down in popular vote.
What I would
And
do,
so we're
Sarf,
having a
is I
huge
would
impact,
open
and I think that
Wikipedia and
because
look
I've
at
been sort of
2016
in
elections
between,
so that
they
you
feel
can predict
comfortable reaching
easily.
out to me
Yeah,
to
I will.
have these sort of
Trump's not
private
going
meetings
down
behind
unpopular.
closed
He's
doors,
at
and I wish
50.
more of them would come
No,
out.
he's at 49.
Ahead of
Oh,
today.
okay.
They're
What's
not
Biden
going to,
at?
but I think you're going to expect a
2016
lot more A-listers after tonight is
So,
decided to
Biden's
come out in
also-
the next few months and really say what they believe.
And I think what you're doing
Biden's
is
at
so
49
important.
also.
And the only thing that would make it cooler is if you
Trump's
did
at
it with us.
49.898.
You ought to just come
and then
join the
Biden's at 49.14.
Me, a woman joining the Daily Wire team?
If you're wondering, 2016,
Yeah, on second thought,
Trump
you're
got.
right.
Club?
Ooh, he got Florida in 2016. I'm pretty sure.
What was that?
What's that?
I said if any woman were going to be invited, it's you. Come be Daily Wire.
I think 100% I will take you up on that offer if my slogan can be feelings don't care
can I
about your
just
back.
do something, sir? Can I just show you this, for example?
That sounds like a deal.
This was
I'm not
Florida
kidding, though. Why
in
don't you come join the Daily
2016.
Wire?
Cities, districts,
I would love
are
to
just
join the Daily
all Biden.
Wire. I think
Or
there
not
is a
Biden,
lot of
blue.
stuff we could do
And
together.
the
Should
rural
we make
areas
it
are all red.
official on Election Night America? Am I joining the Daily Wire? Is
You
it
see
real?
why I think
Ben
Florida's
Shapiro
going to
you
be won by
first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing's really going to change in Florida. So yeah, they're just.
Michael Knowles, what do you think?
This is the most formal way,
Trump's
by the way,
already
Jeremy's
a
ever
little more
done
up
business.
in
Usually
Florida,
it's
I'm
just
pretty
over
sure.
like 3 drinks
Trump's
so
at
far. But at least now we're doing a
50.3%.
casual conversation. Yes, absolutely. Come
For
join
me,
us,
it's
Candace.
0.14.
Andrew.
I've been
Andrew.
lobbying
Popular,
for this
right?
for many, many years, Candace. Please come over. Save us. Save us.
Oh my gosh. Well then, it is a done deal on election night.
Hey!
Illinois has
The results
20.
that come in.
Good.
I mean, that's
Candace
obviously.
Owens is
Can
coming
you
to
imagine?
Nashville,
War.
baby.
Candace
Wow.
Owens just agreed to join the Daily Wire.
See, I
Live.
told you we were going to break some news
There you
tonight. Candace is going to make the move with us to Nashville. And Candace, I don't want to tell people too much about what we're working on, but
This actually isn't a joke, guys.
no,
Exactly.
this is not a joke. Well, I mean, it's no more of a joke than everything else we do. We are working on a show together. Candace and I have been collaborating about this behind the scenes. That will be not only unlike
I mean,
anything
obviously it
that's
was
happened at the Daily Wire, I
pre-planned.
think
Yeah, it
truly
was pre-planned. They
different
just kind
in
of
kind
faked
from
the-
anything that's ever happened in conservative new media. We're not going to give you too many details because it's going. We want it to be impactful when it happens. I'll give you the one hint though. It's going to be shot in front of a live studio audience in Nashville, and you're going to be able to see it at the beginning of March. Candace, we couldn't be more excited to have you on the team.
I'm so excited. I think the
Florida's
time is now. The
66%
energy feels right. I've been
estimated
saying
votes
for
count.
years
So
that
that's like
conservatives,
two-thirds.
we're all doing different
It's
things.
still-
We need to all come
Yeah, but
together
you
under
gotta
the same
think-
umbrella.
Ooh, Donald
That's
Trump's
because
at
of them
Just,
48.9.
fight back
He's
for
catching
culture.
up
I mean, people
really
are
fast.
paying attention to us.
Like, he's
I know
4%
Ben
away from
Shapiro
Biden
gets
in
more
Florida.
downloads. Michael Knowles gets more
0.4%,
downloads. We're
sorry.
bigger than CNN. We're bigger
He's
than
probably gonna win
all of MSNBC.
Yeah.
But we're not united, and it's
So
high
let's
time.
think
So I
about
couldn't
this.
be more
Is
excited. I
Biden
wish we
winning
could
anything
unveil
that they
more
didn't
about what we've been
last
working on.
session?
It's going to be really good.
check.
He's
2021
winning
is gonna be
everything that
a
he
really
did.
big year.
He's winning
Thank
everything
you
he
so
did
much
last
for
session
joining
and
us
no
tonight.
more.
I know
Hillary
that
won.
you're in D.C. You're
He's-
probably
yeah,
invited to all kinds of
exactly,
parties
but, you
that we'll
know.
never be invited to. Let's hope
It's
that
a
we're
Democratic
able to,
party is what I
to
mean
lift
in
the glass
general.
later tonight,
So,
and
also
celebrate
Biden
Trump's
was the
victory,
vice,
and we'll
so
be
I am
telling
correct
people
in saying
more
that,
and more
sir.
about what we're working on together
Working
over
for
the
Hillary.
But,
no.
Thank you, Candace.
No, he wasn't.
Thank you guys so much.
No, wait, not vice. Why am I thinking? I was
Hey,
thinking.
he was a vice for
oh,
Obama,
I don't know why.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
overflowing. All right.
So that is the first of our big announcements for the night. Candace Owens moving to Nashville, joining the Daily Wire. We are going to replace the media. That doesn't just mean replacing the media
So,
in terms of
yeah,
investigative,
chances are
investigative
Biden's
journalism.
going to
it doesn't
lose
just
in
mean
Florida.
replacing the media in terms of cultural
Because
commentary.
you can
It means
see
we
it
have to make culture. We have to make the kinds of shows that they make. We have to engage in fiction. We have to engage in talk shows. We have to engage in a broad
So the
swath
next
of
poll isn't
content
releasing that much in
reaches
effect.
people
So
where they
Joe's
are. That's what
at
we're going to be doing,
16
both
and
with
Trump's
Candace
at
and in some other
Trump's
exciting
at,
announcements that we'll be making for you as
Trump's
the
at
night
19.
goes on. But right now, the polls have been closed on the East Coast for 37 minutes. We
Trump's
know
still ahead
the
of
Daily
popular
for
vote, by the
Wire.
way.
update on what's happening. We are going to kick it
The
to
Daily Wire is
Alicia
showing the
Krause
electoral
in
map.
the
Oh,
Daily Wire
Virginia just
election
went
war
blue.
room. Hopefully,
They
they're going to be
updated
able to walk us through some of what's been
Virginia?
going on while we've been
Yeah,
busy
it says
celebrating
Trump's
ourselves
ahead,
and celebrating our
but it
newest
says that Joe
addition
Biden won.
in
What?
Candace Owens, who
That makes.
again,
I'm not
pinpointed
seeing
this out.
anything.
I think it's important that you know.
Click on Virginia.
Not
Who's
a joke.
ahead?
Candace is actually
I'm
joining
not
us,
seeing Donald
in
Trump, but I'm not
Nashville
seeing
for
Yeah,
any
what is
but
going to
it
be
just turned blue.
just a truly, I mean,
That's
revolutionary kind of change in the kind of content that you can come to
It
expect
just makes no sense.
in
Like, look,
conservative media.
70% for
Election.
Trump, but
Best of all,
I'm
Biden
seeing.
won.
Okay,
the
where
huge
did? Are you
announcements
looking
that
at
we
Yahoo
have
still?
for you tonight.
Yeah.
So guys, we're
Send
about
me
to
the one
kick
you're
it
using.
to the war
Just
room
okay.
and hear
Go
what's going on
to
in
just
the
go on
country.
Google
But what are we
and search
seeing, though,
election
first out on
2020
social media? Are
US.
there any states
Yep.
reporting that are critical to our to the questions that we're asking tonight?
Oh yeah, this is a
we
different
have
one
some
now.
updates here with
Yeah.
Cabot, actually.
Oh,
One of
they're
the
just
editors at
similar,
the Daily
but-
Wire. Cabot,
Yeah,
good.
So
I mean, we've been together
Trump
all day
has
long.
West
3 hours.
Virginia.
Wasn't enough.
That should be
Since
obvious.
longer
Yeah.
than that. A few hours I had to spend in hair and makeup. You were there with me. So, what are
Yeah.
some of the updates that are coming from the cable
This
news
is actually
networks as those
inaccurate.
East
Trump
Coast
has
polls are
24 right
closing,
now.
like Jeremy just laid out?
Yeah,
And
so
Biden has
right now
16.
Florida is over 60% reporting. Fox News
Oh, dang,
currently
you can't
has
see-
President Trump
oh, you can't
trailing
see
by
popular
about
vote. It's just-
1.4% in
it's not.
Florida. Some people are sharing around the New York Times projections now has President
Okay,
Trump at
Florida won the
96% to
last.
win
Okay,
Florida.
now
The
everything.
remaining votes that are left
If my
are
prediction is
40%
for,
or so people are kicking that
chances
around.
are.
So New York Times already predicting essentially 96%
Chances
chance
are.
of winning Florida.
Yes.
Still
Okay.
a lot
So
of time to go. Still a lot of people in line. As long as
if
they're in line,
everything
you can
is
still vote when the
if
election
everything is just going with probable,
Georgia
then
President Trump
Florida's
is
going to
down about
wide sweep
2%.
Trump right now for the,
Only
and it's going
50%
to be
reporting, so
the
it's gonna
exact
be a
same.
long night ahead. And so that's where we are right now. No big surprises.
Trump
yet in
has
the
to
states that
only
have been
yes.
called.
I
Virginia
know
has been
that's
called
because
by
they
Fox
own
News
all of
for
theirs
Joe
right now that
Biden.
they did in
Two
2016.
other outlets have not called it yet, but besides Virginia,
So-
being called by Fox
Yeah, you're right,
News,
they
there
own all
haven't
the
been any big surprises yet in anything.
Okay, and the thing that I think
But look at
everyone
it.
would be
Obviously
pleasantly
Biden.
surprised about
Yeah,
is if we
there's a
can
lot
go
more
home
red
tonight,
regions,
and I
but
mean,
obviously
thank God we're on
population.
the West Coast,
Yeah.
but we're all still still pretty
Yeah,
tired.
we haven't gotten
You know,
Roanoke,
and we're
though.
wondering how long.
I'm sure there will be
How
differences,
long are we going to be there? Here, how long is it going to be drawn out? And everyone's been contemplating, is this going to be a contested election?
This one's way back.
And as we talked about with Ian earlier, we have a history of contested elections.
Yeah, sometimes I don't.
Oh.
Actually, sometimes I do relish being the bearer of bad news. This is not
Trump's
one of those times.
Trump's
when
winning in
bad
the
news
House
is
of
that
Representatives.
There's a very high likelihood that we're not going to know the true results tonight, especially if President Trump is performing better than some expected, which we
Trump
does look
Trump
like is
and
happening
Biden
right now.
are
So we're walking through a
tied.
few scenarios of what it looks
Technically,
like
Trump, if you want to take it statistically percentage increase, Trump is currently winning in the Senate.
Right now,
so in 20
right now,
states
since
across the
Biden's
country,
winning
if the
electoral
final
college.
vote tally is under 1%, an automatic recount is triggered. And that includes Arizona, Florida, and Ohio.
Oh, no.
Under 1%, automatic recount is triggered, so that is something that we should certainly expect to see in some of those states.
Okay.
Now, it could be out of the hand anyway. It could be a situation where one candidate has such a big lead where the recount doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We already know. But anyways, in 42 states, candidates can demand a recount if there isn't one automatically triggered. And in a few other states, lawsuits can happen where if a candidate has clear proof of some sort of election malpractice, dumped ballots, that kind of thing, if they have clear evidence of it, they can sue the state to try and get some.
Imagine if this fucking flipped him. I feel like, honestly, Trump's going to win popular, and Biden's going to win overall.
If there is
that would be fucking. Honestly, that would be funny.
College by December 6th, Congress will intervene. They step in, and they will help choose the winner. It's something we saw back in 2000, Bush and Gore in Florida.
Okay, so we have a month. Do you think we're truly a month out?
I don't think we're a month out. I'm optimistic we'll have some clear examples of what the race is looking like, hopefully within the next few days, but I don't think people should necessarily expect to know exactly what's going to happen tonight because this is an incredibly close race.
Okay.
Hard to overstate just how close the results are right now that we're seeing coming in.
And we've heard both candidates talk about how they have those legal
Ohio's
teams
coming in.
Exactly. The candidates have
It's
flexed their
bad.
legal
It's
muscles. Something, it's a weird thing to envision in your mind. But they have made clear that if the results are close, especially in some of those key battleground states, that they will be demanding recounts if there isn't an automatic one, that they are willing to go to court to sue to make sure that happens. Keep an eye on that. But again, the race so far, tightening up in Florida and Georgia, those are the two main states we're keeping an eye on in the war room right now.
All right, also North Carolina, Michigan, a few of those other, Pennsylvania, a few of those other battlegrounds. Ohio, the polls just closed. Like I said, we're on the West Coast. We're keeping an eye on everything that's happening.
And one more thing I will add, both candidates encouraging all their supporters, telling them if you're in line, stay in line. We'll do the same thing here at the Daily Wire for anyone listening or watching that's in line. Stay in line because you can vote even if the polls have closed.
Okay, and as we get those poll results that are coming in and being solidified, we'll continue to bring those to you guys.
Excellent. Okay, so a couple of quick things. One, the Miami-Dade margin in Florida is excellent news for President Trump. Trump got 334,000
Ohio
votes in Miami-Dade
is
in all of
only
2016. He already has
6%
more than
reporting.
450,000
That's
votes
why.
in Miami-Dade. Cubans are showing up en masse in Miami-Dade. He's doing extraordinarily well there. Biden was supposed to win Miami-Dade by some 30 points. That's what Hillary won by last time. He's really winning it by like 10 this time, which is bad news for Biden. So it looks like a very good shot that Trump takes Florida as expected. Also, it looks
Trump's
like a
gonna
fairly
take
good shot that Trump
Florida,
takes Georgia as
probably.
expected, if we are to trust the famous New York Times needle. Now, quick reminder for you. We just had on Candace Owens. And Jeremy, as this is one, played it as a joke. This was a silly move. The reason this is a silly move is because it's an actual thing. Real Candace Owens is, in fact, joining Daily Wire. She'll be having a show here. We can't wait for it. It's a creative, brand new, culturally oriented, live audience type thing. And it's going to be amazing. And we need your support. So we're going to turn this into like a full-on NPR, help us replace NPR pitch. You need to go over to dailywire.com right now, and you get 25% off with code ELECTION. We have all sorts of big initiatives that we are pushing. You're going to hear about them throughout the night. That was only the first of a bunch of big announcements tonight. We need your help. We do, because to bring you programming like this, it isn't exactly cheap. And not only that, we are bringing on board more and more programming to counter the establishment media and to replace them. That's the whole goal here, is to replace the establishment media. So go right now, put down whatever you're doing, go to dailywire.com. If you haven't done this
Gonna
yet,
be eating,
if you're
by the way,
watching at
War.
dailywire.com because you're watching it live,
Okay.
this part is for free, please head on over there and use promo code ELECTION, get 25% off and
This
subscribe
looks
over
like
to
it's gonna be
dailywire.com.
very similar
Candace
to
Owens is,
26.
in fact, coming with us to Nashville, and she's joining the Daily Wire.
Yeah, it's going to be 2021 is going to be a turning point for conservative media, and Daily Wire is going to be leading the charge. You know who else is changing the face of
Trump's
media
going
as
up
we
in
know
Florida.
it over on the right? It's our good friend Megyn Kelly,
As
who launched a
expected.
podcast. And this is what I love about Megyn Kelly. When she decides to do something, like take 2016, for example. She decided to walk down the hall. Girl knows how to walk down the hall with purpose, change the game. That's what she's doing now with podcasts. Megyn, we're so glad that you're with us, and we love your new podcast. It's fabulous.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for helping me to promote it and for being such good and faithful backers of it from the time it was in its little embryonic stage.
Well, it's been kind of a treat for us to get to talk to you behind the scenes and watch you give birth to this thing and to see its success right out of the gate. It's really a wonderful thing. I think it's a really freeing thing to engage in the podcasts. I'm sure coming off of being in the more restrictive environment of television, I think it'll give you the opportunity to say all the things that you want to say, and you're already doing that and doing it very well. So welcome aboard. Let's talk about the election.
So I want to ask, first of all, since you've spent so much time in the media covering this stuff, I believe that the media have been worth 8 to 10 points for Joe Biden in this race. The media seem to have given up on any pretense of objective journalism. Since you've worked in the halls of the media, not just at Fox News, but obviously at Network News, what do you make of what looks like the decline of establishment journalism?
I mean, I think it's done. I did a little talking points memo on my podcast today. It's already our most downloaded we've had yet, talking about how the media committed suicide and Trump was their Kevorkian. He didn't kill them. He helped them along. They willingly jumped right off that bridge. They did it to themselves. And it's been, I don't even want to say it's been sad for me to watch. It's been kind of disgusting for me to watch because they've been trying to take him out from day one. And look, I wasn't exactly in love with President Trump 4 years ago, and he kept coming after me. But I'll tell you something. The thing that helped me really see him clearly and be able to analyze him with objectivity and fairly was how much the media hated him and how against him they were. And then you know how it is. It's like you have to rise up and be your strongest self and put the most clear, focused lens on the guy so people have someone they can listen to who's not determined to be part of the resistance and bringing him down. I just think it was a complete shirking of journalistic responsibility. Their credibility is gone, and they cannot get it back. And I'll tell you one reason why it's problematic. COVID. Remember when they were coming out there and they were trying to tell us, like, why aren't you listening to us? We're the media. We're telling you it's dangerous. And we were all at home like, screw you. You've lied so many times. Take the Covington case, Jussie Smollett, all the lies about Trump, Russiagate, Ukraine. We no longer believe you. And then you got Trump, on the other hand, who doesn't have an adult relationship with the truth, out there telling us all sorts of facts that are not facts about COVID. And it's just so frustrating, right? You're like, what's going on? This is something I really want to know the truth on. Anyway, so
holy shit, Sarf.
Life digital lane for
Sarf.
me, I feel like it's a great place for
what?
just to live
Okay.
the day, whatever it is.
What war?
And I do think that's why digital media and places like the Daily Wire.
Let me look at the predictions. Let me see how right they were. I'm looking at Wikipedia right now.
And once
Georgia's red now, right?
Tonight,
Georgia's red.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's right. He ironically is actually propping them
comes
up
out by
right
4%.
now. I think this about the legacy media.
Look at this.
I think about it too, as far as some never Trump Republicans are, not people who were Trump skeptics in 2016.
Yeah,
People who have
technically.
gone all
Ohio's
in,
blue,
though,
though,
with the
which is
Lincoln
bad.
Project and others.
Trump's
against
gonna
the
win in
president.
Virginia
There
and
is this
popular
interesting
by
outlet
like
where he's responsible for
80%
their
or by like
ascendancy right now.
80%.
And I don't think that they will
But
have
Virginia's
the
still
same
gonna
kind
win
of
an
reach that they have
electoral, and it's
today
gonna be really
in a post-Trump
stupid.
future. Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that
It's gonna be funny.
in the future,
Biden's still ahead in
media
electoral
has made
votes.
clear that it is now no
Yeah, I
longer
know,
in
but
the
if you
business
look
of
at
objective
the
journalism, and so they're in the same business we are.
a
Now
lot
they're
of the
playing
ones that he had in
It's almost like we had to try
2016
and play
hard,
their field. Now
he
they're playing our
has
field.
now.
Megan, one of the
Like
things I
the
wanna
only
ask
ones
about
he actually has
you're
are
one
the
of the few figures
really,
in media
really
who did not
blue
succumb to
ones
Trump's
from
derangement
last
syndrome.
time.
So you had every reason by
I don't know
all
why it's
available
still
sort of
Virginia is
objective
still
metrics
Biden.
succumb to Trump derangement
I
syndrome.
don't
It is.
know.
Maybe because of
the president went directly
electoral?
at you.
Yeah,
in
I think
2016
it's
repeatedly,
electoral.
and
Yeah.
yet you didn't.
Because
You
they're
maintained
Trump won the
your
popular
objectivity.
vote
You
there,
maintained a perspective on Trump.
Trump's
that
gonna win the
allowed
popular
for the
vote by about
possibility to
80, I
do things
think.
that you would like.
But
How are you able
he's
to
gonna
maintain
lose
it even
electoral.
80
It really
votes?
is a
Yeah,
quality that you don't
maybe.
see in a lot of people.
But
in
by
the
about
media sphere.
80%.
Oh, thank you. Well, you have to take yourself out of it.
Like
you
he's
know?
gonna
There were
win
many
Virginia
nights
by a
during that
shit
9 months
ton.
that he was coming
Do they have
after me,
Kelly
where
on?
we had security and we had people showing up at our house in the middle
Oh,
of the
he's
night. It
wrong.
was just it got a little scary.
This lady is
oh.
pretty
Every night
hilarious.
before I went on the air to
Trump
report about him, I
just
would
went up a
remind
bunch
myself,
in
it is
Florida.
about
Who's
you.
winning pop votes
It's not
still?
about
49.
it's
Trump's
about the
down on
voters.
pop
Trump,
votes.
And him. You know, I'm on
That's
the
fine.
sidelines. He keeps
Yeah,
trying to
that's
bring me out onto the
because
field,
of
but I'm supposed to be on the sidelines, and that's the area from which
Trump's
I want to
winning
report.
Virginia.
And it was
Apparently,
hard.
no, that's
I'm not
wrong.
gonna lie, it was hard. But I did it.
He's winning
and it's one of the reasons
South
why I
Carolina
really
by
resent the
quite
fact
a
that
bit.
no one else is even trying.
And he's
you know,
winning
like,
South
I know
Carolina.
North Carolina by even
there have been
more.
lots of leaders who
And he's
I
barely
haven't
winning
liked.
Oh,
Georgia.
yeah,
Your job
these
is
were
to
all
not make it about
unexpected.
You don't get to make the Duke lacrosse case about you, Jussie
That's right.
Smollett
By the way,
about you.
do you
Any
think
of those
you
cases
think
are
that
not
you think
about
Cruz
you.
is
Your
going to be
opportunity as a
the
reporter to
Republican
prove to the the audience how
liberal
and
he might lose.
Megan,
that's what I think. I think AOC might even be the
despair
Democratic one.
that the legacy media is just collapsing. You know, we have no one.
I don't know.
But is there not
I think
also
AOC
a little
has
bit
a good
of
chance.
hope in there? Is there not a silver lining? Which
AOC
is that
would never
I think
get
a lot
my
of us
vote,
felt
though.
for a
She's
long
like Bernie,
time
but worse.
that the legacy media were
I
utterly
hate
partisan.
AOC.
They were completely.
And I'll actually be able to
unfair.
vote
They were just
next.
hiding it a little bit better.
Remember, I'm
And
only,
then
I'm only 2 months off from being able to
all
vote,
of a
by the
sudden,
way.
the mask
If
slips
I was
a
2
little,
months older, I'd
and
be
you
able
can
to vote.
suss out the objective
How much
journalists,
Boys
and I would
have you
certainly
watched?
include you in that category.
Oh, one a day,
But
but
from
I'm
the
not sure if I'll be
less objective
watching it
journalists,
tonight.
I don't
That's
know,
why I
and
stopped.
What is
just a
it
name
on?
comes
Yeah,
to
I
mind.
know, but
Jim
what is it
Acosta
on
or
right
other
now?
people who have made the
Or
story
what-
always about them
what
and their
episode
own
am I?
political preferences.
That was on, maybe I think
It's
I
a good
just
point. And you know,
finished
we used
5
to
or
in this
6.
country back when we were founded be all about partisan press, and I think our founding fathers
But
would
the
have
girl,
understood the attempt.
there's
to be
one girl
objective.
that's
They would say it's all
literally a
about,
copy of
declaring
AOC
strikes
for the
and
most
arguing
part.
for them in the
Oh
press.
yeah, that lady,
And maybe
that
that's
interviewed
exactly where
that
we're headed.
Senate
Yeah.
lady.
The thing
Yeah,
that bothers
she's
me about it is the
Yeah,
dishonesty
she's
about
meant
who
to
they
be a
are.
take on AOC.
Tonight I was channel served.
I know what you meant by it was more woke.
And the best part is that you'll see. I don't think it's terrible. There are plot holes, but I don't think it's more woke, to be honest. I think it's more equal. I feel like it was fairly Republican or fairly right-leaning show back in the first season.
I also
Right
don't
now,
like
it's kinda
Butcher's
equal.
personality.
But this is straight news.
Like how he treated his wife in that one episode.
Trump is so close
dog
to winning Florida now. He's definitely going to win Florida.
Florida, he's literally 6% off, 0.6% off. He's going to win it.
And also, still a bunch of the areas haven't been
79%.
pulled.
Nash doesn't know.
Most of Florida's been pulled.
Yeah,
I'm not following, the media websites to figure out who's gone biased and who hasn't.
Florida's the one with
She
the most
thinks it's
reporting
just
in
the
it.
news. Well, it isn't the news. It's complete propaganda.
Next two, I think,
Virginia's setup is trash.
I don't watch
Yes,
Rachel's show, but I watch
Trump's
Cam on
70% ahead.
before I watch CNN.
Well, you know, in the
But does that
early
really
days of
matter?
this country, the media
In
declared
Virginia.
their biases,
In
and
what?
the media actually
Virginia.
campaigned to elect presidents instead of candidates.
As I said, it's probably
as
Trump's
president.
probably going to have
This is why you still have
70%
newspapers
or
like the
almost
Tennessee
80%,
Democrat, right?
despite
They
the fact
actually
that
named
despite
after
the fact that he's
parties
going to
they were
lose.
formed, to be propaganda
Like
outlets.
he's getting
We
he's
don't
getting
think
a
of ourselves as
hard
propaganda
red
outlet. We
in the
don't say
ones
things
that
we
he would
don't believe are
usually,
true. We
or
don't say
in the
things
ones
for
that
which
were
we
blue
can't find
last
factual
time.
evidence. We're not trying to be
Trump?
an answer to the sort of Pravda.
Ohio's still
We
blue.
do acknowledge
With
that we have these
21% as
biases.
well, so that's
I
really
actually
scary.
think that everyone in the country would be in
And
so much
Ohio's
better shape
overwhelmingly
if we got
blue
rid
war.
of this entire idea.
And did
of
Trump get
objective
Ohio
media,
last time?
And everyone just owned
Or did-
their
yeah,
biases.
last time, because it was
Of course,
Trump.
the only people who are
Trump
against
got
it are the
what?
people who don't want you to know.
Did Trump get Ohio in
Here's the
2016?
problem on it. It would
Yeah.
work if people
He's
could
not
work
going to
off
get
the
it this
same
time.
facts.
Are you
And
dumb?
I've been a bad
I mean,
guy all the
21%
time.
with
I love
Biden
yours,
ahead
Jeremy.
by
Welcome to the podcast.
literally like
Sir, can I tell you? Sir,
And Michael, I'm
sir,
soon gonna
look
download
at
yours.
the you've got to look at the individual areas, and you've got to look at 2016.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah.
Open if you want to be able to predict properly, open Wikipedia and look at last year's
I'm
results.
gonna use the bathroom to be
He
revealed.
gives you straight analysis when he thinks Trump has done something wrong.
Trump's probably
He's
going to
free
win.
label, this is fact, this is my thought and opinion. Not everybody does that. And I actually almost think, Ben was never a never Trumper, he's a sometimes Trumper, but I actually think some of the most honest analysts of the Trump era have been people who started off like Republicans who started off not so into Trump, who then watched what the media and the Democrats were doing to him, and they can still see him for what he is, but they don't have the derangement glasses on. And I think that's one of the reasons why you guys are so valuable. I think it's what helps me report fairly on him. But there has to be a set of facts that we're agreeing on, that we're working off of. And that's where I think the legacy media has gone off the deep end.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. That's why I'm so grateful that you're now joining us here in New Media. I'm grateful for the opportunities that our dailywire.com audience, and in particular our subscribing members, give us to be able to give that alternative point of view. I like this term legacy media. We were talking at the beginning of the show. We have to do away with this idea of the mainstream media, which is sort of a holdover from the early 2000s, because there's nothing mainstream about the points of view that are being sold to us day in and day out by Don Lemon and by Acosta, by the New York Times, by the Washington Post. That's not how mainstream Americans see themselves. We should take that term back. Very, very pleased to have you on the show tonight, Megan. Thank you. Maybe we can circle up tomorrow and raise a glass to, either the doom of the Republic or the salvation of the Republic. Either way, it'll be worth a drink.
Listen, I think it's awesome that you guys are not drunk this time.
Don't speak too soon, Megan.
I may be hitting the bottle myself. We'll see. I think I have another hit with you guys coming up in an inebriated state.
Check out Megan's new podcast everywhere where there are podcasts. I like our friend Ted Cruz. I like to make fun of him. He still, every time that he speaks in front of a live audience, says, go to tedcruz.com. That's tedcruz.com. My name is Ted Cruz, and I have a website, tedcruz.com. And I'm like, everybody knows how to use Google, Ted. Just tell them to go to your website. Go where podcasts are. Get Megyn Kelly's new podcast. It's one of the best things out there. Megan, thank you for joining us.
Sarf, are you here?
I am a believer
Yeah, I just got back.
in making rote tasks.
Trump might actually win
as
Vermont.
As possible. I don't like to
It's
do
possible.
those things, and so I want to spend
Because
as little time doing
last
them
year,
as I possibly
okay, so last
can, so that I have
election,
more time doing
he
things that aren't
won
seeming real,
obvious.
like listening to
Well,
the Megyn Kelly show.
here, let me
This
think. Let
holiday
me think.
season, more people will be mailing stuff.
I like how they got
He has
and that means the post
currently
office,
it's
another one of
28.
those
Yeah, he could
task
win.
organizations, if ever there was,
He could win
is going to
Vermont.
be busy.
Yeah.
You don't have time for that.
Because
I don't have time
everything's
for that.
very
That's why
soft
there's
in
stamps.com
Vermont.
to bring the post
And
office. Now
he's
you can
won
ship
one
the
of them he
system
didn't
to
win
you
last
right
year,
to
which
your
is the
computer.
red one right
Mail
now.
and ship
And if he
anything
won the one he won hard
or
last year,
office,
or last
stamps.com,
election, sorry,
anything you can do
then
at the
he
post
would
office,
win
you
Vermont.
can do with just a few
I
clicks
think.
over at
Florida,
stamps.com.
Trump is
Stamps.com
still
saves you money with deep
6.6%
discounts
behind
that you
with
can't even get
80%.
at
So
the post
Trump might
office
not win
itself.
Florida.
Here at Daily Wire, we've been using
Like,
stamps.com since
Trump might not win
2017.
Florida.
That's incredibly specific.
Are
It's
you
what the
stupid,
ad copy
Sarf?
says.
Nothing's
Since
reported since,
2017,
and all of them
we've
are
been
going to be
using
Republicans.
stamps.com. I wouldn't know.
All
I'm
of
the
them,
boss.
Sarf.
I don't
I've
shoot
already
any
told
mail.
you this.
No more wasting your
Although
time.
the only
Stamps.com.
difference is that
Stamps.com
Biden did end
brings
up
the
getting
services
one
of
that
the
was
post
very
office
late,
and
the
UPS
latest red
right to
last
your
time,
computer. Benjamin.
which is a
if
very
you don't
small
want to
one,
the post office,
a
let's
very
face it,
small
who
region
does? You
above
need to
the
head on over
above Palm
to
Beach.
Stamps.com. There's no risk with
Okay.
my promo code Shapiro, the best of all promo codes. You get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and digital scale, no long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com. You click on that
Trump won
microphone
West
at the top of the
Virginia,
homepage and type in
obviously.
Shapiro if you don't want to waste your time or waste your money. Head on over to stamps.com. Click on that microphone at the top of the homepage.
Trump could win
type in Shapiro for
Virginia.
that very special deal.
So we have another friend with us in studio tonight. A blast from the past. I say that only because he was with us in 2016 for our election coverage.
Do you just
when we
not
were
know how
blasted.
elections
So
work,
that's-
Sarf? Like,
that's how I came up with that
seriously.
little phrase.
You've
It's
got to
about
look at the
Dave
individual
Rubin.
regions
Hey,
if you
What
want to
happened? I thought
predict
that Clavin just
anything.
got like more hair, younger and gayer.
a little gay.
Yeah, hold on. I want to quibble on that.
Let's just go through a couple things here, guys. First off, you've left me here with Clavin's old glass. So
That's not gonna
can
do.
I have your glass? Because I
Absolutely.
sense
We'll go
you're not going to be
unused. Yeah,
doing
you
any
got
of
it.
this.
Much,
All right,
much.
No, no imbibing.
Let's start with that. That's number one. But before I do that, I did bring my special thick rim election glasses
the MSNBC
because you know a lot. Yes, because you know a lot of times on MSNBC, you know, they're wearing glasses. Now, these are not real glasses. These are prop glasses. I actually have 20/20 vision. But to make a point, when you're a newscaster, and as you guys are blowing up and leaving me here in Los Angeles and going to Nashville, it's very exciting. Knowles, I'm really pissed at you. You know, you guys are going to have to do more of this. You're going to have to get thick rim, black. That's not quite
No,
TV
no.
worthy. And then when you make a point, Ben, and you're always making points, and then you
Keith Olbermann.
Wow,
Sarf.
that's good.
You
see the
didn't
way I
even
did that?
Trump
And
just
I'm a
got
lefty.
South.
I'm a
Trump
lefty.
just
I
got
did
South
that
Carolina.
one-handed. And then you can also do this.
Oh my God! I wish you'd
I
make a
can
point
see.
because I'm all in.
I don't know if you're allowed to.
He's actually pretty ahead in
Biden
Georgia
is the
too.
president. You see how I did that?
My problem with
Yeah.
it, I always get mistaken for Matt.
He's
out
going
every
to get-
time I wear
Trump's
those
finally ahead
glasses,
in
and it's
electoral
too
college
much.
votes
I don't
again
know how
now.
to. In Tennessee,
least on
that's not
this
going to
site.
work well. In LA, it worked very well, but
Very
Tennessee, I
easy.
can't do it.
He's winning in
I'm
mine.
just
Checking
gonna
between
right now,
both,
the
but
Times says
I'm
there's a
using
95%
Google's.
shot that Trump wins Florida.
Google's
Yeah,
is
well, this
better.
Miami-Dade County thing, it sounds
Yeah,
like
but I
you
think
are-
Daily Wires
Yeah.
is confirmed.
My
Although
new
it's
home-
slower.
Also, guys, breaking news.
Yeah, I
Trump
know,
won West
but let me
Virginia.
show you something.
I don't know.
Little
Is that-
tip.
Whoa!
Pretty.
Open
Florida-
Wikipedia and just have this
Yeah, yeah.
search term copied,
I
and you
like
can look
that
at
now
2016
whenever I think of
results.
Florida man, I think
And that's
of
how
the
that's how I'm
Orthodox Jewish
predicting
Harvard
it
grad.
properly. This is how I know Florida's gonna
Hey, listen,
Trump's
Ryan
gonna win
Yeah.
Roberts,
probably.
his down home
I know.
charm is a
If
Harvard
I
Law
go to
grad.
Florida, I
We
look
are taking over the state.
very late
Harvard Law
red.
grad.
I can't see it.
You're
'cause
saying
it's
it's,
four.
it's
Very-
it is impressive. I did, you know, I don't
Very
wanna
light
say
red.
this
This
is
is the
very
one
dark
that
red.
maybe the only state that I actually
it was
called
Here's the thing.
40%.
Let me keep that up for a
My
second.
only actual prediction in this election
Yeah.
was that Trump was
I'm
going
gonna
to
go
win.
for
Georgia.
it.
Now look
For
at
the
the.
states that I actually do
I
think are
sent
gonna
the
win, he's gonna
image.
win
I
North
sent the
Carolina. I think
image.
he's going to win Georgia. I think
But if
he's
you
gonna win
look, oh,
Arizona.
he went red in
I'm
the
much
one
more
that was very
skeptical of
late
the states in the
or
Midwest.
very light
that's
red.
Sort of where I am.
So now, yeah, he's confirmed to win, basically.
You're right. Yes, he
Florida
is.
coming in strong
Now
for
it's
Trump,
only
and
red.
not just strong.
It's
he's
the only one.
apparently
All the
getting
blue
an
ones
outside
that were
share of the
blue
black
last
vote,
time
outside
are already
share of the
done.
Hispanic vote.
So,
And
yeah,
this is
Yeah,
something that
Trump's
the
winning
Republicans
popular
should keep in
vote
mind
in
going
Florida
forward,
right now.
Is that the Republican Party
Is
has
he
been
already
a party of
He's
like,
winning popular
white,
vote.
Yes, it's red now.
college-educated
GG won.
people. Then under Trump, it became the party of
G
high
frickin'
school-educated white people. And they sort of
He's
broke
gonna
the
get that.
Democratic
It would
cycle
be
into
nearly
those
nearly
audiences in the
impossible
West.
to lose Florida.
If the Republican Party becomes the party of more blacks, more Hispanics, And
it is, although if you look, it's actually a 49.6 to a 49.5 overall between Donald and Trump.
Yeah, 0.1% off.
That looks like a majority
Donald
party.
and
That does
Biden,
not look
yeah.
like a minority party. And so
It's
for all
still
the
him
Democrats
winning,
being
though.
very sanguine about tonight, and that's reading a lot from Florida.
Trump's also
but we'll see how
up in the
election
popular
is
vote again.
turning out.
This is the big key, though, Ben,
50.1%.
because as you mentioned, we've been told now for years and years, that Republicans hate black people and
they
Democrats have
gained
a huge share of the black
Georgia.
vote. And then
Yeah, they
during
got
the Trump
Georgia
era,
back.
we were told Trump is making inroads
That's
among black voters, and you had all
They're
these
still
Democrats
10%.
Georgia's
battling,
probably
is
still
Trump
gonna be
getting
a win
20%,
for us,
25%,
though.
2%, who knows? There's only one poll that matters. The poll that matters is Election Day. We are getting those poll numbers in. If Trump can actually
Ohio, they're
succeed
leading
at the thing
Ohio
that we
war
conservatives have been
28.
telling ourselves
Trump's-
for the past
Let me
4
check the
years,
states,
that
though.
could be a
I've already
fundamental
discussed Ohio,
Yeah,
sir.
have you done a comparison for Ohio yet?
Well, it just seems
I've already
obvious to me
said that Trump can
minorities
win
are
Ohio
Can you
pretty
check
easily.
again?
Minorities are
Yeah,
realizing
let me check.
who wants to be
Compare
owned
again.
by a
Sir,
political
if
party.
you got it,
because
you want me
of
to
your-
send you the
the color
search
of your
term, or
skin,
are you
or
just
your
unintelligent
sexuality,
and
or
want me
your
to do it? And I'm
gender.
confused.
I mean, look, you just
I
had
want you to
Candace
do it,
on,
'cause
and it's great you guys are going to be doing stuff together. It's
If
like
I wasn't
she
seeing it, I'd
literally
probably be doing
changed
it,
the
but-
world.
Trump
Whether
has
Trump wins
so
or
Trump
not,
won
and I do think he will
Ohio
win
last
tonight.
session,
I'm praying he's going to win.
and
Talk about a
everything
freaking
except
political
for
revolution over here, guys.
everything except for this one. If you're looking,
You know, she
I'm also
changed
gonna
the
turn.
world.
I'm
But I
just
do
gonna
wanna
put.
give
I'm gonna
credit
put this
to,
on my
the
main
so
screen.
Daily
these
Wire,
two were
as
Trump
Karen
last
said, because
election,
remember, 4 years ago,
but
we were
even
doing
if
this,
it's even if these two
as
stay
the
blue,
night was
Trump's
going
still
on,
gonna win
and it started to become
if
more
everything
obvious
else
that Trump
goes
was gonna
as
win, and
planned
everybody was kind
last
of freaking
election.
out. You
So-
were laughing and crying simultaneously.
Oh, Joe
So-
Biden's ahead in.
It was
the
something.
funniest night of my life.
But
He's ahead in
Clavin-
electoral votes
Clavin
again.
said something that I have repeated, and I try to credit
Fuck.
him when I can.
Well,
that
Daily
I
Wire
think is
is
just so on
probably
the
not
money.
gonna
That
have that.
what an incredible country we live in. That
Dang,
anything
there's a
can
lot
happen
more
right
electoral
now,
votes now.
the four of
Ooh,
us. We
Oklahoma
live
and Missouri and
breathe this
Alabama
stuff.
and Tennessee.
Anything can
And
happen.
Illinois as well.
Florida's
You know,
Illinois is
Yeah.
on the
not only
board.
can anything happen, but
Florida's
also
gonna be a
depends on what the
toss-up.
media decides.
I
So
wonder
also
who's gonna
let
win
us find out
Illinois.
happened.
Almost
For now, for a while, it's gonna look like Biden.
And there was also a lot of eastern
So does it
states
confirm
too.
that he destroyed
And they're
the
all
Yeah.
blue,
They
but that's
poured
as
money into
expected.
That's a hell of a.
90
Yeah.
million
Yeah.
dollars
Unbelievable.
trying to
DC
defeat Mitch
counts,
McConnell,
too.
which is the stupidest thing.
That's
All
his
he,
monthly
all he has to
cocaine
do is
budget.
put his head and his hands into that shell.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just take anything you throw
Okay,
it.
Mitch,
You can't-
do not screw with cocaine. Mitch.
All these
They
states
own
are
so
worth
much money
very
on those
little,
races.
and also they've got very little reporting
Which is
as
good
well.
news, for
They've
Lindsey
all
Graham,
got
who
0%
supposedly was in a
reporting,
close battle,
except for
but
New
wasn't
Hampshire.
particularly
Yeah.
a close battle.
I think it's going to be all right.
Georgia.
How about that for an hour?
Trump's down
I
1
actually
point
think
or
everything's gonna
2%.
be okay. I think Trump
I
is
wish it
gonna
would
win.
tell you the
But
overall
I just
electoral
think
votes you get
people
from
have
these
just
undecided
woken
ones.
up. No matter what
So
happens,
Oklahoma
enough
is
people-
Trump.
California
Texas is.
California
I wonder who's gonna win
Well, you guys
Texas.
screwed me, and you screwed me good. As a matter of fact, I had Knowles and his lovely wife over
Yeah.
for dinner just a few weeks before you announced that you were all leaving. And Knowles and I, after some whiskey and some wine,
We made
he
plans.
said, "I will stay with you, Dave. I will stay here
Why would you
with
possibly trust this ass?
And then literally it was like 12 minutes later, I see across
Trump's
the
gonna
Twitter,
win
Ben Shapiro
Georgia.
announces Daily Wire is getting the hell out of here.
I kid you not.
I think the headline was Knowles sold you up the river, Ruben. I think it's what-
We need to wait for info on
A little bit
Illinois.
of Coca-Cola.
Honestly, if Joe won Illinois, that would, or
That's
if
very
Trump
virtually
won Illinois,
impossible.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have a few drinks.
Ooh, Trump's-
And Jeremy calls me in. I kid you not, it was like 2 days later. He goes, "All right, buddy, we're out
Trump's
of here."
up
Dave,
0.3%
boo, I got
in
it.
Florida.
I'm getting that.
Got
all
Well,
of
you
this,
guys, well, first off, I've
most
loved
of this
having you
area
guys
is going to
here.
be
It's been
Trump.
nice, and I get to
Yeah, most of
Florida every
this.
now and again, so we will break bread
The
again.
South is
And,
gonna go Trump.
I've been to Nashville once.
Well, they will buy
The West
Lovely,
won't go
and I
Trump, though.
performed at the
Except
Ryman
maybe
Theater.
Arizona.
What?
You may be enjoying that new house, but they will buy.
This is West.
Yeah, Roy's showing
Well,
me.
listen, we
So
Alaska is obvious.
Nevada could go
And,
Trump, though.
What
Nevada
an odd
could.
ending to my movie. How did this end like this?
Colorado,
I'm the one
yeah,
that's
and New
staying.
Mexico,
I got to
yeah,
get
they're
all the
gonna go
guns.
blue.
You guys are leaving.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
Minnesota.
We know how to prank people.
No,
That's our
probably
Yeah.
going to go blue.
So basically,
It starts off like this. Hey, Dave. I mean, you ever hear of classical liberalism?
Well, what's going to be hilarious is when all of us, the married religious Jewish and Christian conservatives, watch Dave, the gay, formerly liberal guy, being
Trump is still
Waco
up.
in the middle of LA.
Yeah. I think
Like,
Trump's
that's how that-
probably, honestly.
I always told.
Trump's gonna win popular. Honestly, I kind of think it at this point.
He might. That's the surprising thing. But again, we haven't really had much blue states.
Politically, you're going to be further
Like,
to the
Texas
right
is
than
blue
any of
right
us.
now.
You may become
All
a
these
pope at
blue
some point. I don't
states are
know.
probably gonna be blue for sure.
I will.
Yeah, but we haven't
this
counted
is
like any of the
what we
West
decided,
states, which
that
tend to lean
we
blue.
will stay
Yeah.
here for a while.
We also haven't
and
counted
see
the
if we can
Midwest
fix
states,
this.
which
The,
tend to lean
the
blue.
Midwest
What
are
happens? You guys
red.
know this. Leftists and
Texas
progressives
New York and
red.
Pennsylvania are
and then
quiet.
conservatives fixed
Blue
it.
right now
It's
because
like,
they
look,
did Houston.
California, that Reagan guy was once the governor of California. Like, things happen. New York, what happened? Dinkins.
So how long are we
lefty
going to be doing this
progressive
stream for?
nutbag. He ruined New York City. Giuliani
How
fixes
long?
it.
I
So
don't know. I
like
wanted
the
to do it
challenge,
until
you know?
midnight.
And I also like 82-degree
I might
weather
need to
every
take
day
a
when it's not
break,
raining fire,
actually.
you know?
That's fine.
I want to watch The
weather.
Boys.
The truth is, I've been
And I
living
just want to
in
eat my
California
dinner too.
his
So how about
entire
we take a
life.
break,
I've lived
come
here
back?
for 20 years,
I'll-
2 months, and 2
I'll
weeks.
stream a little bit
I love
more on
California. I
Anchorage.
didn't
I'm
live
going
here
to
by
make this a
accident.
part 1.
It's the greatest state
Probably in like an hour
in
or
the
so.
country in
Warren,
terms of
that's cool.
natural beauty. It's the greatest state
You're
in the
gonna
country.
keep watching